Wahoo!
And we are hot mic.
There we go.
Yeah. Just let me remove the starting soon filter so the music isn't all too loud. There we go.
Blast them with the music.
Yeah. I like the people on YouTube will know because you can't hear music. Wow. Anyway. Welcome back everybody to episode 1, which kind of a weird title, starting with episode 1 right after episode 0, which kind of I should have just said 1, but it was a test. It was a test episode. Never know where shit goes from there. But welcome back to episode 1 of the Pop-Up Tent, aka the Monster Hour podcast of your needs. If you haven't somehow found the other 15 Monster Hour podcasts that exist out there. This time, with a small change in roster. We still got Shuffle, we still got Insanity, but now we got Husky.
Ow.
Let's go through. The people should be familiar with who Shuffle and Insanity are. If not, watch the other episode. The fuck? Who starts with 1? Who starts with the second? Who starts with the second one? What is wrong with you? Anyway.
Who starts at 0? What the?
Yeah, what fucking binary looking ass. The fuck? Anyway, Husky, why don't you give the people a rundown who you are and what you do?
Yes, hello. I am Husky Buns. I am the slime skelly bunny streamer person thing.
Based.
And stuff, yeah. And yeah. Hi.
Yeah. Perfect summary.
You want to know more? Inquire later.
Yeah. Send in business inquiries. Send in business inquiries at. No, I'm not gonna. Wait, no, I'm not gonna make a pop-up to the email. I'm not gonna make a business email for this shit. Okay, wait. No, I'm gonna get an email saying like, "Oh, I like the episode, but what the fuck is wrong with that one blue guy? I fucking hate him." It's like, which honestly, before we get into any Monster Hour topic related to what's going on right now with title updates and shit like that, or going back to topics from the last episode to get Husky's take on that too, so we are all on the same page here. Honestly, I was low-key expecting the first YouTube comment to be, "The fuck is this, man?" or shit like that. Turns out, first YouTube comment, very pleased with what happened, which I could tell that one was not a Mega Man fan, because otherwise he would not have survived the first 4 minutes. I reckon it started off with insulting all 4 Mega Man fans.
Fuck you!
See this one?
Not again!
That's one. See the
Listen, man, I like the little blue robot. I like the 8-bit. Enough said.
Yeah.
Hey, we like blasting people.
Yeah, what about the Mega Man X though? Or which one was where they took?
What? Huh?
Two.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, I see. That's what that was.
I
see.
know what you're talking about, man.
That's like the Monster Hour movie. See. But yeah, no. We had a handful of things to talk about, reaching from interesting news when it comes to a title update, because they have not shown a lot, but at the same time, they have shown everything to be excited for. But also, certain people having certain chicken nugget related monster dreams. Which
we're not doing this.
We're not doing this now. We're doing this later.
We're not doing this.
No, we're
Okay,
good.
whatever.
Yeah, we're getting there. Good, guess you gotta watch. All I'm saying is for now, if you don't want it to be brought up, you shouldn't post it on Blue Sky.
Listen, man, this sounds like a funny thing to post. But,
And it is.
Not that I posted anything, but
Oh yeah, no. I'm totally not gonna. I'm totally not trying to bring up a screenshot right now of what you totally didn't post. Which another reason to watch the thing, and not just give it a listen. It is a podcast after all, so do with that what you want to. But yeah, totally not me copying and where is it? Image 8. Yeah, that's a catchy title. Yeah. Fuck, now I gotta save that shit for a single joke. Fuck that. That's worth it. It'll be worth it. In just a second. Yeah. There you go. I put that right there. Okay, we're just gonna keep that there until we get to it. But you know, also since this podcast brought to you in front of a live studio audience, let me do some shout outs real quick to everybody else that is live right now.
Who the fuck is that guy?
There's a good shuffle going on right now, and also Husky, who's doing just chatting. Shuffle's got the gameplay. If you crave the game that we're talking about, go look there.
I would have gameplay too, but it didn't like my OBS.
Yeah, that's something they
I warn you, it will be longsword gameplay, so just keep that in mind.
Ew!
Although
Wow.
I'm working on greatsword because I'm interested.
Yeah, look.
Use a real weapon. Use a hammer.
I look over. I see an Ardian longsword. I'm like, okay, daring to the armory.
God.
So many cool weapon options. But yeah, okay, before we
Wait, for what? Hold on. No. Dial that back.
look at Ardian weapons, man. Fuck that.
Ardian weapons? Oh.
Yeah. No, longsword
I feel like
fucks.
I have some opinions about that.
Okay.
I got some opinions about
Okay, we'll get there in a sec, but first let's go through to some short quote unquote lightning round to catch up to speed with Husky's takes on certain things. Husky, how did you get there? What happened? What led you to the point of, you know what, Monster Hunter? That's it.
Well, I started out in Worlds.
Daring to the arm
Because yes.
Well,
that's what I found out about the game. I got basically invited into it from a buddy. He was just like, "Hey, you want to play this game? It's really cool." I'm like, "Show." And I really like fell in love with the game. I love the aspects of the monster hunting gameplay. God, I love watching them make the food. It is like really good looking. I wish I could eat it all.
Oh, the food, man.
Monster food has no business looking as good as it does.
It's also entertaining. It was also entertaining, which I'm hoping they bring it back to watch all the cats cook it. Made it like extra special.
Shout out to oh, there we go. Shout out to Grand Meowster.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Grammy Meowster chef. For real.
Yeah. She's a real one.
Also, thank God my mic was muted and I didn't really say much. I've just been sitting here playing.
Okay, good. That would have been horrendous.
Wow.
Also, the perks of live studio audience. This K brought up a banger weapon that I think he said he has more takes on. the fucking bow.
Bow life.
Yeah, but I fucked around with bow. It's a banger. It's a banger weapon.
I think that's what I used to use in Worlds. I think I originally started out with the bow because I liked being a ranged character.
And the mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah, mobility great.
Fun fact that people underestimate though, which is I think harder to see from your stats now, is that in older games it was very easy to tell that you had certain had certain downsides of being ranged, because I think in World you saw that as, hey, by the way, you're using a ranged weapon, you're gonna take like 15% more damage, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Which it does.
A lot of the monsters got very physical with you. God bless any ranged weapon mains that fought a Diablos.
Oh.
I mean, with the perfect dodge of the bow, it's very satisfying because motherfuckers in your face anyway, so you just dodge once to the left, you're fine.
Yeah, but fighting him like the first couple
Yeah.
times, I can't imagine. Because like as a melee user, fighting Diablos was annoying, but also I had swords for every element. So when I found out ice was the weakness, like I turned that motherfucker into chump change.
Yeah, which is currently sad that the elemental hit zones of current high rank and end game monsters are fucking ass. Like, elemental builds are an option, you can use them, but you might as well not at the current state, because it's really not good.
And it sucks, because, and I know we're technically going into a topic here, or
like
not, like, we're going off a tangent here.
Yeah, fuck it, this is a podcast, we're deviating.
Because I made so many elemental swords in World, and they were all very good. In here, I can't make an ice sword, because the one that is there, I think, has negative affinity, and it's terrible. There's only like maybe 3 or 4 elemental swords I can actually make.
Wait, doesn't Hirobami have ice?
I think, you know what? Hold up, let me check.
Yeah, you're in game. We can fact check.
I'm saying like there is an ice sword. I'm just saying it's not very good to wield.
Yeah, Hirobami one looks sick though.
Or the big lava boy.
Yeah, Hirobami's ice. Is there a Jindahad one?
There is an ice sword. It's actually not Hirobami.
No, up top there's also Hirobami.
There is a Hirobami one. There's another sword I was looking at though that extremely sad.
Yeah, the Blangonga one, which they thank God they gave that motherfucker redesigns for his weapons. He needed those. Like he fucking needed those. Those looked ass before. I mean, not ass, but they had a very distinct design which does not hold up to current standards. Yeah, before we get into the flow state of talking, let's speedrun through some more other things I want to ask Husky, so again, we're on the same page. Okay, favorite weapon. Hit us with your sins.
I mean, currently my favorite weapon is the hammer. Though although I did really enjoy using the what's it called again? The fucking musical one.
Oh, hunting horn.
Oh, hunting horn.
The weapon they change every game.
I do like the hunting horn. I respect it a lot, especially just for the free buffs and heals. Always amazing. I also like the different tones for every different type of weapon of it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Because they each have like a specified tune that it plays, and some of them are really, really dope. But I do fancy me the smashy of the hammer, and currently I'm trying to enjoy a build with the hammer to max out blast damage.
Ooh, that's gonna be spicy.
Yeah, I don't even got it fully built, and I'm already like slam hammering monsters, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a simple weapon, but it's a fun weapon after all. It's like fucking greatsword. Do you do much? Nah. It's fun though when you hit. Oh yeah, that's what matters. Yeah,
it actually does do a decent amount of damage, and especially with heart damage. Because like I noticed, like once I started using the blast damage on the hammer, I started opening up a lot more wounds on monsters.
Oh yeah, because it's calculated by part damage. No way, it's not even part damage. It's a separate invisible health bar on each part that increases with every wound you break on that part. It's weirdly calculated. That's why also why Flare is borderline ass because
Yeah.
it doesn't really do that much, and it also doesn't apply to every attack the weapon has. So it's very niche. They really gotta work on their phrasing with weapons, with skills in general. The same shit with like, if it weren't for like Kiriniko or creators out there, which also a topic we're gonna get to at some point. If it weren't for those sources, nobody in this entire plane of existence would know what latent power does or when it actually activates. It's like this skill activates under certain conditions. What are the conditions?
Yeah, you gotta love the vague description of that one. It's like, okay, cool, very cool. So this is a skill that I don't know how it works, and unless I fuck around with it, I'll never know if it's useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which, for the record, latent power could be wrong, but a latent power activates after you take a certain amount of damage or a certain amount of time has passed. So it's a stupidly niche skill which somehow came with like every Zenogre armor piece, or like every set had latent power, which I'm like, why? But yeah, that's they gotta work on the phrasing, man. It's you can't. I get because it's like, but it's been like that for so long, and of course there's gonna be the elitists out there saying shit like, oh, but if you don't invest time into your skills and all that, what's the point of playing? Yeah, but at least I should know what I'm working towards. Like, I'm gonna put 3 levels of latent power in my armor set. Why does it activate? I don't know. Sometimes my arm glows. That's cool. It's fucking...
Why the fuck am I gonna pull up and be like, ooh, what's in the mystery box, when I can get this thing that I know is gonna like do like, hey, here's more crit damage.
Mm-hmm. Why latent power if I could just put agitator in? What's a...
Yeah,
exactly.
I know when that activates.
And then I'll also know when the monster's pissed, which is also equally, that's important information.
Yeah. And you also will know that the monster is pissed, even if you don't pay attention, because you get 15 pop-ups telling you the maximum might is active, agitator is active, maximum might ran off.
Might is for stamina.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to get into the 15 pop-ups you will get on the side if you have made a build. It's like, oh, by the way, burst activated, agitator just ran out, maximum might, you got this. Never mind, it's gone. You rolled once. It's okay. You don't have to tell me every 5 seconds that a skill has activated. Oh yeah, by the way, Counter Strike also activated.
My agitator, my maximum might just wore off.
See, my point exactly. is fascinating. Is extremely fascinating. But next question: favorite monster?
That is a hard one, because I do like a lot of the monsters' designs and mechanics. Think here.
Yeah, take your time.
I mean, I want to say that I really do like the Arc Veiled, because I just like the look of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The look of it's really badass. Another one that I like a lot, just because it looks cool, is the what's his name? The fucking oil octopus one.
Oh, Nudra.
Oh, Rompopolo?
Nudra?
Oh no,
Yeah,
wait,
Rompopolo.
octopus.
Yeah.
Nudra, my bad.
No. Yeah, New Udra. Yeah, New Udra I like a lot. The fact that it like goes from just like an oily black octopus to being set on fire. And I think it's hilarious whenever it does the blanket tactic.
Oh yeah, it just doesn't cover you.
Deploy Blinky.
It just starts to cover you twice. I'm calling it right now. If Master Rank drops and Nudra is in Master Rank, he's gonna do that 3 times. just a prediction.
All the comfort blanket.
Because that's usually what happens when they
hate
add
how
it.
hard that move hits. It's so incredible. Like I don't think that's his KO move, but it's crazy how it hits.
Like it's fascinating. It's such a simple tactic too. Like Fucking you got Jay-Woo trying to jump at you 15 times, doing 50 million spins, turning itself up inside out and dashing towards you. That motherfucker's just trying to trying to cover you. It's just... Also, the sound design this game around with monster roars is fascinating.
Yeah.
They sound very unique.
Mm-hmm.
I will say a monster that I do kind of miss from Worlds was I'm super bad with fucking remembering names.
Don't say Engine F, I will lose it.
Describe it. We got you. We got you.
Mm-hmm.
It was the big pink one that like blew up its neck to float around.
Fucking Paolumu. The flying bat motherfucker.
Yeah, I loved the design of it. It was I loved the design of it. It was really funny and cool looking.
It's definitely a fan favorite. Very cute. We love the cute bat. I love it for different reasons because nourishing extract is very hard to come by, and I like drugs. Drugs are cool, kids. In Monster Hunter.
Yep, in game.
In game only.
Yep. I like parentheses mega demon end of parentheses drug. Fucking okay, almost there. Least favorite. Okay, Husky's mute. That's great. I see we're perfectly coordinated right now.
All right,
they're fine.
You're fine. Least favorite. Favorite. Let me think here. Which one gave me the most I hate you vibes?
A lot of contenders in World. I can't lie.
Yeah. I gotta say the one that I hate fighting the most, just because I get slapped too many times, is I don't think it's Arcville. It's the one with the chains on its wings.
That's Arcville. That's right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah, Arcville.
Well, I love it, but I also hate it just because of that. Because like,
the
amount of range
around.
Yeah, the amount of range and damage it does is like it does not give you a like breather to heal or anything half the time.
I had
like between the chain attacks and then like the explosive damage is just ridiculous.
I had an Arcville fight. I think it was either today or yesterday, where I don't know what happened to the AI, but they read me like a book because they tried fucking. He whipped me around, threw me on the floor, but not a knockdown, so I couldn't stay on the ground. But he knocked me down, half HP me. I automatically got up, and he immediately hit me with the move where he smacks you with both the chains in front of him.
Don't you just hate that when the AI locks in and it's like, I'm gonna perform this perfect combo moveset.
Yeah.
So that way you get 2 frames to react.
to combo me. By
the way, one of these hits will be my one hit move.
The only time I could have reacted to all of that was before he hit me the first time, and I had no idea he was gonna do that. Otherwise, I would have Superman dove that. It was fucked up.
Bro, juked you. You got juked.
Sometimes they just whip around when you least expect it to, because it's like you'll get knocked like 10 feet back, and then they'll start focusing on somebody else, and you're like, oh, this is the perfect time to sit still and heal. And then like, backflip.
Yeah.
Or they do that quarter circle dodge. It's just like, why'd you move that way? I didn't need you to move that way.
Bro's wave dashing. What's going on? Also, I just peeked over and I see you gotta talk to Fabius. aka fun fact, Fabius also a returning character, because he was the Lancer in 4U as well.
Oh.
He was the Lance guy.
I just absolutely love I don't know if any prior Monster Hunter has done this, where the technical like head chief, because even though World kind of had it, because whatchamacallit, you had the Admiral, who was technically always in armor. This is the first time I've seen them like armored up, where they're like, yeah, I'm wearing your gear, it's about to go down.
Yeah. It's
it was like that shocked me. I was like, wait a second,
Mm-hmm.
it's getting real. Hold on, he's ready for war.
Yeah, that's exactly the fit he had in 4U too, which honestly baffling that this man has been running around in, I think, ingot armor through past several Elder Dragons, which is a power move, honestly. But
Yes.
ooh. But yeah, I see ice shard cliffs. You're getting there.
Which, for those who don't know, this is what Fabius looks like right now. Like, this man is suited up. He is ready to go. Like, he's gonna hunt.
Oh, it's not on screen. I guess I gotta go over to twitch.tv/yourfavorite and see that. Man, it should be shame if somebody on YouTube saw this right now. Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, no.
Fuck, dude.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who? You look at that. Oh, there
Man,
he
if you're
did.
gonna look at me, behold my son, the monkey.
What? Wait, can you
Love him.
can you stream? Will your setup survive if you stream it in Discord too, and I'll pull that
Oh,
up?
absolutely. I'll be fine.
Okay.
3 seconds later.
And then I blow up.
Look, podcast viewers, live gameplay.
Kinda
Go
crazy.
directly
Somewhat.
in your thighs, and then you'll blow up.
And then you blow up. Luckily, I got a window open right now, too. So I got air circulating, and my temp right now is 39 degrees Celsius, which is impressive because it's usually 40.
39. Okay, let me game capture, I guess. Capture specific window. Cannot be captured using game. Oh, fuck off. OBS. You gotta make you topic of a podcast. That's a real monster at some point. Oh, where is it? Display? No. Image? No. There's a window capture. There it is. All the way at the bottom. Okay, I am so sorry. I forgot that we had to arrange everything in a way that doesn't make sense. Oh. There it is. Alright, so I'll just stack everything in front of the podcast logo. Eventually we'll work through there. There you go. Small amount of gameplay so we don't cover the participants of this wonderful episode. Oh yeah. Tiny gameplay.
Any
Live.
gameplay.
But yeah, there's a Chad. That's the absolute unit. That's
There he
fabulous.
is, the Chad, the monkey.
Yep. Yeah, the fucking Plangonga
Actually,
Palico armor is great. Yeah, how about we get to
There's
a...
no gameplay, just
Oh.
him.
How about we get to a top... Oh, there in fact is no gameplay, you're right. Why am I tapped out? There we go. Yeah, how about we get to a section of my little notes that we almost got to last time, but then we ran out of time because we realized, oh shit, we've been going 3 hours. How about we talk about the least important, but somehow most infuriating part to a lot of people on the internet, apparently.
Uh-oh.
How about we talk some story? How about we talk the story
Oh,
of
man.
Wilds so far before we get into the whole Ardian weapon discussion? Because I have some takes on that too. But okay, let's start off with this. Thoughts on Nata? what we think about this small child?
Not
Serves his
importance.
purpose.
Is he
Except for getting me my items, thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is his importance.
Yep. Well, we gotta kill Archibald. 5 minutes later, never mind. Fucking shut up.
Started living.
It just learned how to live. Yeah, it just learned how to live. No. You create what? You,
My
wait,
brother in Christ, it was frenzied.
yeah, shut up. You're 12. You don't get to decide. It's Nata is he's a good character, and I'm sure they have, or at least I hope they have more plans with him in the future because title updates always add on to the story in some way, shape, or form. But fucking, it felt like they It
This
felt
was
like they
it.
I feel like they rushed it at the end because they tried to pump out everything in low rank for some reason.
Ah,
Yeah,
it.
that's that's the weirdest part. Since we're discussing story right now, I'm sorry if I'm about to like take over the conversation right now, but
Man,
it's
pop
like
off the fuck.
the pacing.
We're here for that.
So, Husky, you played World, right? All of us here
Yeah.
played World, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the pacing in World
Twice.
was very interesting. Like you were getting somewhere pretty fast, and once you were starting to fight these what should I say? These designated monsters that were considered apexes, with the exception of Anjanath, you were reaching high rank. And it was like, bam, okay, here it is. Like now you're in the high rank, you're fighting.
Mhm.
This is gonna get real quick.
Yeah.
In here, everything was in low rank, and it
Mm.
was you were going somewhere, and yeah, sure, sometimes they got a little difficult, but it was like it felt like it was at a much slower pace, and the progress was a little sluggish because of it. And to anybody who's played Monster Hunter, like uh, basically before this, it's like when you're reaching high rank, but here it felt so much longer. It was like, when am I going to get there? Because that's when the game starts kicking up. Like that's now we're fighting. Now we're gonna scrap. Now we start making builds.
Yeah.
I remember like 3 or 4 times in low rank, and I think it even happened on stream where I was like, I was considering my armor so bad because by now, I would have been in high rank. I'm like, what am I thinking? Like I'm in low rank, so I just threw on whatever the latest gear was, and I was fine.
Mhm.
But it had a weird pacing to it. It had a very weird pacing.
Oh yeah, I was just speaking of everything
I
in
did
low
feel
rank.
like in the original game it was pretty sluggish. Like it felt like a lot more grindy.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how many monster people that will eventually stumble upon this episode will absolutely lose their shit at the phrasing of in the original game when we talk about worlds compared to wilds. I wonder how many people are gonna lose their shit over that comment. But fucking could you imagine if they threw Nergigante at us in like low rank? That would be stupid as hell.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about that, they did that already in Rise, because I mean, Magnamalo.
Yeah, but also
Yeah.
didn't
You
they?
can't tell me that wasn't some of Nergigante's moveset,
Oh yeah,
especially with
the
the whole
dive.
last dive. Magnamalo was Nergigante, but they threw it at you sooner, and it was just about as hard for a first,
Mhm.
second time fighting it.
And then they did it again. They threw him at you twice. And then you reached Master Rank 100, then they threw him at you again. It's so fucking...
Again.
The fucking scarred Magnamalo.
man.
Scarred Magnamalo just felt like... Oh, he was Magnamalo. But what if he had more range on his attacks? So, Lamau. Also, that beam he already did like twice. He's gonna do it 3 times now. Fuck you.
Oh,
Another instance.
Yeah, it was Magnum. Okay. Monster topics will happen eventually.
Nata.
This is back to Nata for now.
Oh, yeah.
Nata's progression was very like he's
Wishy-washy?
yeah. Like at times it felt like they for lack of better phrasing, it felt like they forgot that Nata was a part of the story for a bit, and then they brought him back. Like Nata only had screen time when Arkveld was there, so I feel like there's somewhat of a reverse Batman situation where you have never seen Nata and Arkveld in a separate room, because it's every time Arkveld was on screen, they were like, "Nata, go, say the line." You got a comment about that, don't you? But story-wise, besides we had to rush Nata into that story real quick sections. The story was it was pretty fun this time around, not gonna lie. Especially with like once you hit high rank and you gotta capture that Kutku. The Woodwoods added so much character to that one cutscene. Of just Alma frantically. Yeah, they're great. Just Alma frantically trying to scream over that Woodward right on her ear to tell you that you can hunt it now. That's such a fun cutscene. That's such a. The Woodwards are fascinating.
They're so fucking funny. I love them so much. I just love when you first go to fight the fucking the monkey monster, and
Mhm.
The monkey.
The monkey.
it's just like out cold in its fucking little cave area. And these motherfuckers are just like, oh, we want fashion. We're just gonna go rip its
Oh,
fucking
the
fur
conga lala.
out."
Mhm.
The first time. Oh my god.
Yeah.
just
These
like-
little motherfuckers. I cannot.
We need to
Congo
be
is
sneaky
funny.
and try not to wake it up. But we want fashion. We're gonna just
Oh, the
rip its
pink one.
fucking
The
hair
pink
out.
one has has good fur.
Yeah,
A
fucking.
good fur. We take out a fucking. We don't even cut it off. We just rip that shit.
Yeah. Congalala was
We're just like,
something.
oh, stop, you stupid fucks.
Conga was something I didn't expect him to bring back ever because he's like such a stupid monster. But I'm glad they did. I'm really glad they did. He's fun.
I'm glad they did. Mod wise, I don't know why people did some of the things they did. I won't talk about it.
Nata Arc World.
Oh yeah.
Gemma
Okay,
Congalala.
that was funny. Yeah, that's the thing I didn't want to talk about, but we're here now.
Gemma Congalala was. Why? What did you do to you? Fucking Nata Arc World just looks so wrong. But
It looks like it's out of Dragon's Dogma. I'm not gonna lie.
oh yeah.
Eh.
Fucking yeah, the story this time was it was fun to follow, even though granted, looking back, there was a lot of nothing involved.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Oh,
of
there was.
there was a lot of sitting on your sacred and waiting. Because you just what was it? You had like one fight, then to go from start to like 2 quests. You went character creation. You did the first quest. Beat up a frog. After riding on a sacred for a bit. Got to the camp.
Which is a pretty strong introduction, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Banger move that they didn't just give us another raptor this time of like a beat the fuck out of him. Go ahead.
Here's your Velocidrome.
Yeah. Both of you assume you can hit Velocidrome. That motherfucker's not just gonna jump around the place every 5 seconds. But fucking they give you a Chotacabra. You sit on Sacred again. You go somewhere else. They take the Sacred away from you. You beat up a cock. Saying it like that.
Okay, here's Sacred back.
Yeah,
Actually, the Sacred, I believe, just randomly reappears.
the guy, what's it called?
Oh.
I don't fucking know.
Like Zatu? Or Zal? No, Zatu's something.
Something-
Zatu's a
what's
fucking
it-
Pokemon.
what's it-
but
what's it-
it was
yeah.
like
Something with
Zato-
Y.
It was like Zatoh, I think, something like that.
I don't know. The guy from the
The chieftain. The chieftain.
yeah,
Chief.
like right as you're trying to fight the chemistries, he comes back, brings them back to you or something like that. Oh, it was chemistry. It was some fight during that early period where he immediately brings them back to you, which I feel like they just wanted to give you a taste of, hey, look how bad this would be if you had to walk. Wouldn't that be ass? Anyway, here's a bird back.
Aren't you thankful for this smell that we gave you back,
Yep.
took away, and then
Yep.
gave back to you again?
Oh yeah, classic. But so you get that, you absolutely demolish the chemistries because that motherfucker has like 5 health, and so you go back to camp, sit in your sacred again. Everybody realizes, wait, there's a forest right next door. We just never went through there. Eric gets captured like a fucking idiot. And you beat up Balahara. Not Balahara, fucking Lalabarina.
Yeah, fucking Eric.
Oh,
It's
that.
just like, oh, look at this special flower.
Yeah.
Let's follow the trail.
Pretty.
yeah,
Just fucking wanders off.
Yeah. He got captured by a spider in the less graceful way. Rove was spitting up there. Rove was straight up giving you fucking wisdom as he was
I
almost
could
eaten.
fucking listen to Rove all day with his tiny ass poetry. I
Have
love
you,
him.
have you found him a second time yet? Nah.
I mean, I'm about to fight Gore Magala. Yeah.
Mhm. No, I mean, Rove can. I've noticed that, I think yesterday or something.
Oh, how he just appears in the open world sometimes, caught again.
Yeah, he's just caught again. Like, he does not learn.
Nope.
He doesn't learn. I mean, to be fair, he's like 3 apples tall. You can easily
He's
catch
still a
him.
Woodwood, but
Yeah.
he's a little intelligent.
Yeah, he's a Woodwood and a scholar. If you will.
I mean, he also just does not care. He's just like,
It
if this
works
is
out
how
neutral.
I die, that is my destiny.
Yeah, he's so fine with it. He's so extremely fine with
This
it.
is fine. This is fine. Don't worry.
Which honestly is respectable, but at the same time, fuck, dude. Carry-
want to
It
say
appears
me?
I am
Go
the
for it.
master
You don't
of
wanna
my
say
own
me?
demise.
Yeah, brother, carry a knife. Cut yourself out. It can't be that hard. Also, shout out to people with arachnophobia playing Wilds. You can get rid of the small ones, but not the big ones.
Yeah, no, like I have, I fucking hate spiders like crazy. I respect them because they can look cool, but I'm also terrified of them.
Valid.
But yeah, I just said screw it. You know, this game's meant to be monsters, so if I get scared of a big ass spider, it's meant to be. But the fact they're just like, yeah, you know, the little ones, yeah, we can blur those out. That's fine. We'll make them into something. But you have to fight the main boss one. You have to deal with the giant one. Face your fear.
I mean, granted, I don't think there's any way you could blur that without making it impossible to tell when they attack. Like you would not know when the Nursilla bite comes out. You had no idea.
I mean, like
That's true.
Yeah, especially with the flower butt spike. You know, just
Oh yeah. Like, you just see a blob turn around, all of a sudden you get hit with awesome people bullshit. But
I mean, honestly, out of the two spiders, I'm less afraid of that one and more afraid of the fucking the other spider boss.
Oh,
Wait, which one are you more afraid of?
the Nursilla.
The others, yeah.
Yeah, Nursilla is more traditional spider. Lala Barina, it's like, okay, it looks odd enough that it's like, you know it's a spider, but it's not authentically spider.
Nursilla in Monster Hunter ecology is also very much a fuck your entire species in particular monster. Because for those unaware, you know how Nursilla has like the armor set looks completely different to what the monster looks like because it's covered in like this little veil the entire time. Anybody want to take a guess what the like cloth-esque thing on the back of a Nursilla is?
Is it webbing?
Nope. It's better.
It's the skin of a monster it's killed.
Yep. It's
Okay.
Nursilla's hunt Gypseros and take the skin to cover themselves because Nursilla is weak to thunder, and what better to use than the monster whose skin is basically made out of rubber?
Oh my god, you know, I'm not gonna lie, as much as I am not a fan of spiders as well, but like I don't mind video game spiders.
Yeah.
That is ingenious. I actually really like that lore.
That's the entire reason of Nursilla. When you get a break the back, and you see the actual carapace under the cloth, because it broke off the cloth. That's the entire reason why there was a cloth in the first place, because the monster itself would be weak to thunder, but Gypseros, basically made of rubber, is now weak to thunder, so throughout the evolution, they figured out, what if we kill that, take the skin, put it on the back, safe.
That is crazy weakness coverage.
Yeah, fucking...
That's pretty neat.
You gotta give it to Capcom for the ecology they give you with monsters, because they very much care for world building, which I appreciate. Unless it comes to Fatalis, because at some point they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Always a fan of lore building. Lore building is always really nice.
Oh yeah, it's always a fun time. Because like That's another interesting one. A classic from Monster Hunter Tri-Ultimate. The Ceadeus? The giant whale elder dragon with the
yeah.
huge horns. The fact that you have to hunt that down is low-key a moment of, now what if you built that village somewhere else? Because what the reason, because it's a real short breakdown. The story of Tri-Ultimate is like, oh, Moga Village suffers from random tremors or random earthquakes that just make the almost make the fucking town collapse because it's built on the ocean. So like, oh, kill Legiacris. Oh, you killed him. The tremor still hasn't stopped. Fuck, what could it be? Turns out it's Ceadeus, because they are a huge whale species, whale-like monster species, whose horns will continuously grow throughout their life cycle.
Mm.
And the only way a monster of that size can trim its horns, because at some point, the horns will even cover the eyes. So whenever you fight one, there's always one eye is always covered by the horn, because that horn grew too much. So what they will do is they go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean and ram their horns against like rocks and the ground to somewhat chip them off, which in turn, since that motherfucker is huge, will cause earthquakes and tremors throughout the entire ocean, which is why Moga Village almost collapses. So that motherfucker just existing there caused an issue, which... Oh, the dragons, everybody!
Elder Dragons.
They're gotta give it to all the dragons for being a pain in the ass. Looking at you, Kushala. Shout out Kushala. Fuck you. Anyway, fucking Kushala was always a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
World Kushala was horrible.
Yeah.
It's
We
like
needed
that
one
one
for
meme that I saw that I'll never get tired of seeing. Watch me turn, and it lists all the melee weapons into, and then it's like all the ranged weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Magic. Me
I
with mind's eye. Fuck you.
I'm so sad they never brought back Rusted Kushala de Aura. Because Rusted Kushala de Aura is Kushala, but what if he didn't fly as much? Because Rusted Kushala is basically there's a cutscene in Freedom Unite where you see a Kushala de Aura shedding. And it is exactly how you would imagine a metal dragon shedding. That motherfucker will just pop open like a Kinder Surprise egg, slip out, and slowly its body will harden again. So he's like basically crab.
Oh, that's
Crab
cool.
dragon.
There are crabs, but we only get like two.
Dragoon.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Frontier kept hogging the one crab that we will never get. There's got Scorpion in that game, but we never get that one.
Ooh.
Unless, since we got Espinus, we can have that one too at some point. Also, Shuffle, I think you got a raid. If you want to address that real quick, go ahead. In the meantime, what other topics have we written down? Oh, yeah. What are the current thoughts on? I mean, I assume I'm just gonna go on a limb and assume everybody has reached endgame. With
I
Shuffle
believe
almost
so.
there.
I'm at like Hunter level 53 right now.
Oh, it's nothing, dude. That's nothing. You'll get there. Which I'm saying that not because of I can't believe you're not even in the triple digits yet. I'm saying that because the title update to fight Tempered Mizutsune, you need to be like Hunter rank 54 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and not because of I can't
Oh, yeah.
believe you're not triple digits.
But yeah, definitely past the main of the primary story.
Yeah, you finish the story.
The nice side,
Yeah,
side missions with like interesting other story parts.
You gotta do the fishing. The fishing's cool. Fishing was very surprisingly chill.
I've done sun fishing. I do kind of enjoy the fishing a little bit. The
Mm,
mechanic's not too hard to get a hold of.
yeah.
I do want to do some more of the fishing because I know that you can get like I haven't done it yet, but I know that you can catch like massive like fish creatures
Hmm.
and get like achievements for it.
Oh yeah, if you get an achievement for catching a giant squid, and you get an achievement for just catching your first big fish too.
Yeah, I know there's also like an achievement for catching like I forget what that set number is, but like 50 like massive fish
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that actually does reward you for putting in the time and dedication to actually do the fishing.
Mm-hmm. Which again, the fishing in this game is very. It's a nice time. It's a good time. I that I spent like an afternoon just fishing because I was like, okay, I've done almost everything in this game. I'm gonna take a break from making weapons and hunting Orkveld for the 50th time today. I'm just gonna sit back and do a bit of fishing and do some side missions, work through that. Which the endemic life missions, they're just that could have been an email. Like they could have just talked it out instead of, oh, Hunter, hey, don't tell the other one. Don't tell the other one, but I'm gonna need you to capture that.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
I need to flex.
Could have been styled a little better. I like.
I need to
It
flex
may
on
be
them.
nostalgia tripping, but I like the way they did it in World, where it's like you met them out in the field, like you see them fishing
Yeah.
or looking for endemic life, and they're like, "Hey, Hunter, you know, there's a really cool thing around here. You should go check it out." And then you go check it out.
I think I saw.
Endemic life was such a like aside from armor fashion,
Mhm.
endemic life was a thing I absolutely loved about Monster Hunter.
Yeah, the fucking. I'll say one thing on the finding them out in the field. I think I saw the fishing one or the fucking whichever one it was. As it was like chasing an elder dragon, they're like, "Hey Hunter," I'm like, "Nope, busy, nothing to do." The fish can wait, and the ostrich cannot wait.
That does bring up a thing that I fucking found slightly annoying whenever it came to the endemic life one. While doing those idiots' little competition and getting things,
Yeah.
one of the missions I had to fucking stop and look up because I could not for the life of me find the creature. It
The
was
Sandstar.
No, that one I think that
Was
one
it
I still have.
the pod?
Yeah, it's the isopod.
Yeah.
I immediately was like, nope, I'm gonna figure out where this is. I googled it immediately once I saw it because they mentioned it was a rare endemic. I'm like, where's it located?
Yeah, that was the thing. I went to the area and I saw all the pods on the wall. I'm like, oh, this was a relatively easy one. Captures it. That's not right. I'm like, what do you mean that's not right? It's like, oh, the one you're looking for has eyeballs. I'm like, what?
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even know that was the difference. What
Yeah,
happened
it's-
with me was I
it's
saw
slightly
the name
bigger.
of it and I thought I caught one of these, and then when I look at the wall, I'm like, wait, that one's a lot bigger. And I just threw my net and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. The rare one is slightly bigger, and there is no distinction which one, because they both can spawn at the same place. There's no specific location where this one will show up, like with the Sandstar. Fucking
yeah, and I had to restart my game like 3 times to get it because it literally.
You restarted the game for that?
Yeah, no, because I went to the area that we were supposed to, and I looked all over the walls, and I found like all the normal ones, but there was not the one I was looking for, the big one. And I looked it up because I was like, "This is where it says it is." And it's like, "Oh, it's a spawn chance. If you don't see it, just save and then restart and go back to the area."
You can always just rest at the camp. That does reset a lot of things.
Camps do a reset. I think when they meant restart, they meant like either you
reset
can
at
leave
the camp
locale or just reset at camp.
Yeah, no, I ended up finding out that like I could just leave to another place and then fly back, but I had to do it like 3 times to try to find the thing, and then I finally found it. I'm like, oh my god!
Shout out to that one Ebony Odogaron that thought as I was trying to catch a head-sized isopod. He'd have to fuck me up real quick. He did not get to live to tell the tale because I beat his ass so hard. Because listen, if I'm on a mission to do something that doesn't involve hunting, I will do it peacefully. If you interrupt that piece, whatever happens is not on me.
Right.
Same goes to that one kutku that decided, hey, you're fishing. I'ma just do my little bird sprint and run into you. He also did not get to live to tell the tale. Fuck that.
Yeah, I do find it funny that like you can get interrupted by monsters and shit whenever you're doing stuff.
Mhm.
Like with
I
the
just
little
found a
barbecue
crab
grill,
holding a
it's just
coin.
like,
I don't know what this means.
yeah, those coins are important.
Oh, you got a Bavarian coin. For trading.
Yeah, you can trade that for good stuff.
Like a gold melding ticket.
Mm.
But yeah, I always thought it was I thought it was funny that like you can be doing your little barbecue grill and it's like such a like good cutscene and everything, and then suddenly just a monster just slaps you 10 miles away from where you were sitting.
Also, since before we get into interesting
There it is.
There you go. We get
Yeah,
into
that
The,
fucker.
people referring to the pillow pods. So that's actually a big one.
Mhm.
Those are the normal ones, but that one is exceptionally large.
Yeah, they look roughly the
Yeah.
same. It's just it's slightly bigger and it has itty bitty eyes if you look close enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're fascinating.
Let me see if I can get a close up here.
Look at those eyes.
Because like they got eyes too, but this one is larger. I'm noticing a different coloration. The eyeballs are weird. They're like red.
Mm-hmm. They're
I
fascinating.
like these
More
guys.
ring.
They're small. They're funny looking.
Mm-hmm. They're fascinating, but
I like the beanbag from Melee.
true.
Oh yeah.
But also, we touched on a topic earlier a tiny bit, and before we get into different different monster-related topics that involve chicken nuggets, let's go into the discussion that somehow, from what I could gather at least, I would like to say splits the community, but I think a lot of people are on the same page here. Because of course, there's people that are like, oh, but this is the optimal way. And then there's people that are like, but they look stupid.
Oh, wait.
Mhm.
So we're changing topic, right?
Yeah, but going.
Okay, hold on. I
Okay.
got some things to say about Nata because I didn't get a chance to touch on that.
Yeah, no, go
I
ahead.
think personally,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of story, I think I liked World. It was a pacing thing for me, but I liked World. Wilds had a chance to do something really good with Nata. I think there was so much potential for this character to be something. He had an internal conflict of living with the land and coming to terms with everything he didn't know. And in the beginnings, you can clearly see he had this high admiration for the hunter. It was there. It was apparent. He that was the setup. And he didn't like Arkveld. Let's not forget how bad this man freaked out when he saw Arkveld fighting Ray Dow. Like he watched this monster that had allegedly, and I say allegedly because spoilers, even though we probably already talked about some stuff by now. If you're not that far in the game, I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Before we try to avoid spoilers here, we are a month after the game released. First of all, I don't mean to be like, don't mean to sound like, oh, you have to spend every living and breathing hour of the day playing this game to get through it. But it's been a month. Second of all, the story isn't that long. Quite frankly.
It felt long.
It felt long. It felt long because of the sacred
also
sections.
Not everybody owns the game.
Yeah, definitely.
maybe planning to, because let's
Yeah.
be real, guys.
Mhm.
$70 was pretty
Huge.
steep.
Yeah, that's
$70 is a steep price tag.
that's fucked up.
We're not gonna sugarcoat it.
No,
If you want to play Wilds, but it's too steep, get World when it goes on sale.
definitely.
It will be just as good. It will prepare you for Wilds. It's another good entry point if you are new to the Monster Hunter series.
Especially if
Plain
you,
and simple.
especially if you're new, because investing $70 into something you might like. I don't know what your financial situation is, but $70 for something you probably where there's a chance you won't enjoy is one hell of a commitment. So get World first, have fun with that. You can get Iceborne, have fun with that, and who knows, by the time you finish all of that
It's
and have
good.
seen it all,
It'll make you ready for Wilds. We promise.
yeah. And
But,
by the time,
back to the whole thing with Nata versus Ray
wait,
Dow.
real quick,
Okay,
so I can finish that thought before it's gone.
you got it.
Yeah, get World first, play Iceborne first, because by the time you're done with all of that and decide, hey, World was fun, Iceborne was cool, let me play Wilds, there's gonna be like a ton of title updates out, so you can only win from this. And on the story part, for the people that really care a lot about the story, spoilers will start here. So if you wanna not get spoiled, skip ahead to like, I don't know, let's say 30 minutes from now on, because there will be a lot of talk about the story, because there's a lot to talk about. Especially on Nata, they fumbled the
Yeah,
bag.
I mean, just the fact of if people come in on something like this,
Mhm.
it literally says that we're talking on the topics of the game.
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
general,
but
and usually that foresees on like spoilers.
I'll see if I can figure out a way to mark it or something like that. Maybe put a little spoiler tag in post. I don't know how to set up chapters. We'll figure it out. Either way, spoilers will start now.
Progress.
Spoilers will start now. We're gonna talk about the story. Is it an important part? Eh. If you're just here for the gameplay, no. If you're here for the story, which, in my humble opinion, short, has its moments, but also it's pretty good. It's like one of the more, because they don't do things the older games did of like, oh, here's kill 5 Draggy. Anyway, kill God. Back to the Draggy. It's like also bring me a steak. Anyway, kill that raptor. Back to the steak. Make a mega potion. Kill God. Bring me a ration. That's like there's a like you said, there's a proper way of building it up. They just did it a bit too quick. But yeah. Anyway, Truffle, take it away.
Yeah,
People have been
back
warned.
to the story point of Ray Dow versus Arkveld, you witnessed Nata have a freak out, and I thought, oh
Mhm.
shit, this kid's got
Baby's
some
first panic
trauma.
attack.
He wants this thing dead. Like that felt important. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I wonder where it goes.
Mhm.
And then suddenly in the midway point, he sees Arkveld, and Nata just kind of flips the switch where he's like, no, Nata's just like me. I mean, no.
Arkveld's just like me. He learned how to
Arkveld
live.
is just like me. He's just like me, for real, for
Yeah.
real. And then Arkveld started speaking. He's like, whoa, dude, who the fuck are you? But yeah, Nata was like, wait, Arkveld is just like us. He's beginning to, figure out life. He was just he didn't want this way of life. And
Mhm.
Any sane person is going to be like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about, kid?
Especially with the
Look at this. There's a
especially
massacre happening. You almost freaked out about this thing.
Mhm.
He almost slaughtered your village, your uncle especially, trapped in a goddamn cave. Like everything's a ruins. This thing is just out there, and it's a danger to the ecosystem. But sure, he's for real. He's like you for real.
I think Tashin had a thought. I think I like to imagine like when stories of video games don't add up, I always like to try and fill in the holes myself and see like, okay, what could be the explanation why we got to this point this quick? Let's do the world building for the developers for them for once. Because if a game's like not filling the blanks, I'm like, okay, I want to fill the blanks because this is unsatisfying. I'd like to imagine that like after the Ray Dow incident, Tashin just sat down with Nata like, dude, what the fuck? Did you see that motherfucker? That he sucked them dry. What he's talking about? It's like, especially with like the Guardian arc belt you have to take down in the story. But it's like, no, but he just learned how to live. That motherfucker just sucked out the wyvern milk, by the way. Can't believe you called it that. That motherfucker just sucked out 3 cocoons and is now power tripping on the caffeine he just inhaled. I think we gotta put that down. I think that's a danger to the ecosystem. It could just be me. You go, lol. You go, small child. Go ahead. fucking Nata. But yeah, take it away.
Yeah,
for the record,
well,
I'll get up real quick. So if I'm not responding real quick, I'll leave this to you guys for a sec. And I think Shuffle, you got enough to say for that on that topic for me to return in time anyway. So take it away.
yeah. All right. So aside from that story point, it's just Nata was a little too flippy floppy, but I think what really killed the character, and I know I saw a post on this. I can't remember if it was on Shitter or Blue Sky, but it was this one point where Nata had a decision he had to make. It was very crucial, and it was going to affect everybody. And when we get to that point where, so Nata had already like decided on the decision, and it's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And then when it came time for that decision to be made, the hunter goes, "No, I got this," and it completely makes him irrelevant to everything ever.
Yeah,
Nothing that surrounded this kid, all the potential he could have had, meant nothing at all. And that is crazy. I think there was so much that could have been done there, down the drain.
Not to mention that Olivia almost made that choice. Not even the hunter, Olivia.
Yeah, no, the fact that Olivia was tripping as hard as she did, like it was kind of uneasy. That was a little crazy. I didn't like that. I actually did not like that random character change where, like, I understand you're trying to protect people.
Yeah, but you also shouldn't shut off
the balance
the
of the ecosystem is at stake here. Like, you can hurt a lot more.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you can. I can understand that it's a tense situation, but software resetting the ecosystem probably won't do any good.
Yeah, no, that's going to be tragic, and you're going to be doing more harm than good. Like, I don't think she definitely did not weigh options. Like, It was an irrational decision in the moment.
Yeah. Also, I love that.
And then she was like hardcore influencing Nata. That part I didn't like.
Also, I love the.
But there was so much that could have been done with this story, I think, personally.
I also love the classic action game / movie trope of the item the character is holding in the first cutscene will be relevant to the end of the story. Oh, Nata, that little pendant. That's concentrated wyvern milk. First of all, Tashin, don't call it that. Second of all, what the fuck? Maybe he's got the off switch for the dragon torch. What are you talking about?
Which
He's
is
just
crazy.
got that.
I think it would have been really cool to see you know what? I think it would have been really cool if Nata made that decision, turned it off, and then, and I mean, it's Monster Hunter. You can bullshit some way where the ecosystem will be fine. Like, let's be real. Monster Hunter is not a very story heavy game.
No.
If it has story, it's nice. If it doesn't, whatever. Like, as long as the gameplay works, they could have bullshit the ecosystem. And then let's just say Zoshia gets pissed off and then wakes up anyway.
Also, they could have explored more on. I mean, they're gonna with Lagiocris being on the horizon and Mizutsune coming in a few days. But if they turned off the Dragon Torch, they could have experimented with like, oh, since the change of the ecosystem, since now all the bio energy is basically gone. There's a migration happening from the old world to the new, or vice versa. So we would have gotten completely different species too.
Or
Yeah, the
even in like the flip end, I'm so sorry, Husky. Or even on the flip end, like we'll just say everything is not artificially being controlled anymore because that's what the woke did.
Which is
That like
crazy.
now things are returning to a natural seasonal state or whatever. I'm sorry, you could go, Husky.
No, you're good. I was just saying, yeah, that would have been a really cool aspect of it. Is like it would change up the like. It would be really cool if it like changed up the map a bit and then all the creatures as well, and just gave them like a little bit of a new spin of like, oh yeah, this is what they used to be like versus what they are now because of this.
Oh, origin species. Thank you, Frontier, for never giving us that. Would be cool. Maybe one day.
Oh my god,
But-
yeah, that would have been a way in.
Yep.
That
We
would
could
have been a
have
way in.
we could have had Waljang. We could have had Ice Teostra. But
Yeah.
fucking also, can we just take a short moment? I'll give the the talkie stick to everybody in the call right now in a second once I vanish for a small bit again to the background. But can we just appreciate that we get Vivarian lore one time and they just drop the bomb on us? I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, we created an artificial species.
Yeah.
You did what?
Yeah.
You did what now? They
Casually,
basically
oh yeah, we made these.
they basically opened the door for their equal dragon weapon discussion once again. Which, for the record, for those who are unaware of what the equal dragon weapon is, the equal dragon weapon is from an old art book, a story explanation on how the war against elder dragons and monsters went before the games take place, where the ancient civilization that Fatalis casually wiped in an evening, by the way, combined pieces of elder dragons and powerful monsters and created this artificial creature to fight against the elder dragons, which in turn pissed off Fatalis, which is why it possibly destroyed Castle Shrade and the entire civilization in a casual evening because he felt like it.
I love it because I ran across a YouTube video that talked about that exact piece of lore and that Zoshia was a love letter to that exact piece of information because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I thought that was really fucking cool. Like, holy shit. Like this was important. It was very important.
Just the fact though, like, yeah, that is insanely cool that they, in a way, acknowledge that theory with Zoshia being the quote-unquote equal dragon weapon in this case, which I want to see that motherfucker fight Fatalis. He's wiped in like 5 seconds, but go ahead, do your thing. But I just would love to know how the fuck they created that, how they found that out. How did you find out that you could just casually breed a Rathalos? you could just make one. They make them. Fucking. Or Ebony Odogaron is the one, or Fulgur Anjanath. Those two are the ones that get me though, because it's like those are species that have been discovered in the New World. This is a whole different place again. How did you find that out? And why did you make one? Fucking monster, right? They give you one piece of lore and all of a sudden it shatters the world of everybody. Because the fucking the equal dragon weapon has been going around like every game that has released ever since that Fury came up has had at least a handful of people discuss it if we were going to get it this time. It took up until Wilds to get somewhat close to that concept. But the story of Monster Hunter is insane. Like, the story in the games might not be as crazy, or might not be as groundbreaking, but the story that there is just with like ecology cutscenes, which you used to be able to watch in the gallery, where you had like separate little cutscenes that didn't play through the game. Of hey, this is how a how a Kurapeko hunts, or this is how he gets food, or whatever the fuck. Those are separate little rendered cutscenes. Which was nice. It was very nice. Mm-hmm. it was just fucking National Geographic, but in your game.
Here we see the wild Rathalos hunting for its
Yep.
next mate.
The unsuspecting Raffian. No, wait, unsuspecting makes it sound
Rathian
bad.
refers to him as a basic bitch.
Yeah.
Rathalos returns to Reddit.
Oh god, not the Raffles Reddit accounts.
Come on, you can't say Reddit or
You-
Rathalos doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah, you/King of the Sky commented, fucking hate that guy on a Legiacrus post because he's weak to thunder. You/Queen of the Land commented on his comment, so true, bestie. Oh my god. You're ready for Azure Rathalos and Pink Raffian, because let's be real, they will do it again.
I 1000% am. Just so I could be resistant to everything but ice and dragon.
They'll do it again. And again. And the next time. And the next game. And the next game. There has not, but the insane part is, which it makes sense. It was the box art monster of the first game. It's a staple of the series. But there has not been a single game without Rathalos and Raffian. They have been back every instance.
I mean, they can't.
Yeah.
That's like a game without Pikachu.
Wasn't that like Pokemon Black and White though?
True, but there's always a Pikachu clone.
True. There's a Pokemon game without the electric rat is not, or electric rodent is not a Pokemon game.
Electric hamster.
One pouch
yeah.
loaded for every generation.
Yep. I'll say it right down. What else could be a fun topic? Oh yeah, since it's go on.
I was about to say I am excited and intrigued to see what they do with the supposed new hub
Oh yeah,
they're going to be adding in.
Yes.
bomb bowling.
I want to see how well they integrate the old hub into a new version of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. From what they've shown, it looked very, very chill, very compact, which is something that they've done good this time when it comes to maneuvering from the smithy to the shop to your tent to all that. Which whoever the fuck made the layout of Astera? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You tell me you're gonna either take an elevator or go up 1,000 steps of pain every time I wanna look at my fucking look at the smithy real quick to check if I need something. Saliana fixed it, but I'm glad they built off of the foundation of Saliana and not off of Astera, because the place was a mess to maneuver.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the Gathering Hub looks interesting. Fucking lift. And there was always cutscene too.
I had to
the
mod
cutscene
it.
was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like there was no lift to a certain area, like back to the beginning, just at the gate. So I think I added a mod just so that was there. So I could quickly get to the board.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, they did a great job this time with Workers layout. But yeah, Gathering Hub could be, again, from what they've shown, it looks like a solid place. How much will it be used? We shall see. Because
I also wonder if they're going to like make it where at the Gathering Hub that it's a little easier to get into groups with your friends.
oh
Because
yeah,
setting up for missions It's hard to get it started. Once you get into it, it's a little easier to deal with. But just I think that they could streamline it a little bit better.
Once you get it going,
Yeah.
it's easy as hell. But
Mm.
getting it going is the real tough part. That's the real final boss multiplayer. Yeah, it's because you have to go all the way to the members list. From the members list, you have to go to a different tab, check your hunter ID, add a person, go like to the second to last tab of the members list to add a person, which is like fucking. Do you not want me to play with people? What's wrong with you?
I mean, that's the whole fucking point of this game. It's hunting monsters with friends.
Yeah, which I've done twice in all of my 100 hours. I don't know, I'm very much a somewhat solo hunter when it comes to that. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing with friends, but I feel like my continuous standing still, not doing shit for like 10 minutes, running back and forth between between Gemma and my tent would drag out the gameplay cycle really long. Unless I got shit going, unless I got actual plans on what to do, or just go ahead, post a quest, I'll join regardless. I'm doing solo shit. Which again, I enjoy playing with friends. It's just, I don't actively play for a lot of times. I don't want to keep people waiting. It will happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's why that's why there's also like the optional, like when you go into do the lobbies, that you can do a single player thing like that. And
Online
if you change
single
your
player.
mind, you can always join on somebody and change it up real quick.
This is a nice addition too. But yeah, Gathering Hub and the arguably exciting, somewhat more exciting part, which Gathering Hub's still hype for that. Bomb bowling, fun idea. Let's get to the meaty part of the title update. The fucking monsters they're gonna add. It took them. They did the rise thing again. They did the fucking rise thing again. Of, oh, here's Narwa. Lamau. You gotta wait for the game to be finished. You gotta wait for the last title update. Now you can fight Narwa. They did the thing with Zoshia again. Of, oh, you fought him once. Hope you like that fight. You're gonna get it for at least a month.
He's gonna be in high rank.
Yeah, he's gonna be in
with
high rank.
armor.
He better be.
Which I think it's so dumb. They should just put it. They should just put it in high rank. That should have just been our high rank royal.
Yeah, which goes back to the story discussion of why'd you try to cram all of that into low rank? Pace it out. Nata could have had better development, and the story could have easily gone through higher rank too. But yeah, we get Zoshia and the probably second most returned member of the Fated Four, Mizutsune, again. Because, for the record, Fated Four was the concept that Generations Ultimate had, where it was Galavinus, Mizutsune, Astalos, and Gameth.
Yeah.
And 3 of those have returned. One hasn't. Can you guess which one?
Mizutsune.
Oh yeah. Fucking Gameth is locked into Generations Ultimate and she will never get out. It's fucked up, honestly. Such a cool monster. It's just... Yeah! The Snowman Blight is such a fun status, because you get hit. you get hit by it, and then you're just covered in an ice ball. And you walk around very slow. It's a fun little status. Also, Gameth is a fun fight, but yeah. It's interesting. It's very interesting that they never brought her back, but I'm going off topic again. Yeah, we got Mizutsune back, and from what it seems like, they have combined multiple versions. Because in the trailer, they show a move where the horny bastard lights the bubbles on fire.
Yeah.
Which is I think that's a Soul Seer move. And I don't know what to think about that. I don't know if I like that yet. We shall find out on the 3rd. It's gonna fuck up a lot of people.
What, that Mitsune could blow bubbles?
No, I mean that too. That's also gonna fuck up a lot of people. The fact that he's gonna light them on fire too is gonna fuck up a lot of people.
Huh.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be a crowd control effect. Uh-oh.
My bubbles are laced with gasoline.
yeah. Basically, because again, that is a base Mizutsune couldn't do that. Soul Seer, which was a deviant they had in Generations Ultimate, could do that. And what was it? Or was it Purple Mizutsune in Sunbreak? Either way, they combined a bunch of attacks from different versions of the monster and gave us that in Wilds. So it's gonna be an interesting fight having that motherfucker have all the tools known to man that he ever had, throwing that at us. It's gonna be a fun fight. It's definitely gonna be a fun fight, but it's can't wait for the live bubble reaction of a lot of people where they get hit with 3 bubbles and then they slide around.
Help! I'm sliding away! Get back here! No!
to the Scooby-Doo little run cycle every time we try to change direction. What else is it?
My eyes. I'm burning.
It's soap.
Burner.
Why is it soap? Why is it soap? Anyway, hold up. I have also fun little tidbit on the Mizutsune we are fighting every time in every game so far. Did you know that they only really get aggressive during mating season? So we're effectively cock blocking every male Mizutsune every time on every quest.
Oh, no.
That species gotta be that species gotta be extinct by the time. But at this point, like, if during every mating season there's the guild just rushes in like, no, it's just kills every single one. That species doesn't have a good chance of survival. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think that's one of the. I think that's one of the quest descriptions in the old games, where where they tell you, oh yeah, we're fighting this one because they get stupidly territorial during mating season. I was like, oh. So that's why
they get a bit quirky when
Yeah. They want to fuck.
when they want to fuck.
They want to.
Their testosterone just gets so out of control.
Isn't that also the ecology? Whatever the fuck. Isn't that also the reason why we hunt black Diablos?
Yeah, Black Diablos are female Diablos in Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What's with the guild and cock blocking everybody? What's wrong with those people?
They're not a danger to the ecosystem. They're trying to fuck.
Yeah, they're trying
Leave
to.
them alone.
They're trying to.
Hi.
Yeah, they're trying to
If it's mating, it's probably going to be pissed about it.
Yeah. To be honest, if you start beating the fuck out of me, if you start beating the fuck out of anybody that's horny, I think they'd be pissed too. Not gonna lie.
I'm laying pipe. Get out of my room.
Start making out with your partner. Fucking dad comes out. Like, none of that.
I like the implications of the dad coming in during that.
Starts beating you with the belt. That's the Monster Hunter.
Not
That's
enough.
Monster Hunter version of it.
Fucking.
Left ass cheek bruised.
Yep.
It just pops up.
Are you winning, son? Hunters.
You're
in the
winning.
bedroom?
But fucking. Yeah, Diablo's an interesting monster. Figure about how that motherfucker's a herbivore.
Yeah.
You know, I love how a lot of the herbivores are just really dangerous.
Oh yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Diablo's being a herbivore shocked so many people because, like, you're telling me dad eats cactus, that thing.
Yep.
The
he minds
giant
his
horns.
business, and there's a reason.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a stigma with a lot of like environmental creatures and shit. People just assume like if it's aggressive, then it's a meat eater because obviously it has to be fierce to kill its prey and shit.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many plants and animals that are like the most passive things in the world, but if you fuck with them, they will kill you.
No, like Banbaro and Iceborne. He doesn't even attack you if you walk past him, but if you attack him, he will start throwing horns.
Tree trunks.
Antlers? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're like antlers.
I'm still sad that they brought back Banbaro, but not the Ramboros. But quite
Yeah.
frankly, I don't think the Ramboros would have fit into any locale, judging by his size.
Maybe only the plains, but then
Even then, it would have been tight in certain areas. Like, he would have just been locked out of a lot of areas because he couldn't fit. I mean, you could have done the Banbaro thing of just squeezing through. But for the record, for those who don't know, I say this a lot in these streams, or in these episodes, whatever you want to call it. Same thing, really. The Ramboros was the... What was it called? It's the something tail wyvern? The tail hammer wyvern or something like that. And there was...
Yeah.
Imagine the same frame as Banbaro and Iceborne, but with a huge club as a tail. And the way he would use it would to just start spinning. He would actively start spinning. To the point where he would like Olympics like use the momentum of his tail to launch himself into the air, do a flip, and then crash down on you. Which,
yeah.
judging by the size of that thing, because man was built like a fucking mountain, is impressive.
Big.
It was huge. The Ramboros is funny as hell.
I had the pleasure of coming across a YouTube video of that exact wyvern, which is crazy because essentially when it starts spinning up, for those that never fought it, which I've never fought it, but I was blessed with this video of somebody like, bring this back. Basically the hitbox for it starts toward the center, so you have to go out. And then eventually, once the tail is at full swing, you have to be underneath this thing, because if not, everything outward's about to get fucked.
Oh yeah, and if you beat up his legs long enough, he will fall over and just do a little Akira slide because you caught him in the middle of the momentum. It was such a fun monster, but yeah, I think on the next episode or something like that, I'm gonna pull up the monster on the wiki and we'll go through monsters that could make a return or would be cool to have a return, or just look at the monsters a bit, because not everybody has played all the fucking games because it was for the longest time a very niche franchise. So I think it's nice to show off monsters a lot of people haven't seen, because there's a lot where I'm like, this would be cool if they bring it back, just for the sake of more people getting to experience that. But also, I love how your YouTube algorithm knows exactly what I want to bring up. I appreciate that.
Really cool. It was locked in. It showed me Goofy Dino, monster, and I got it.
Yeah, it was so good. It's such a
I
fun
hope
monster.
they bring back a lot of the monsters from the first couple of games,
Mm-hmm.
especially World, because just being able to see a lot of those would be nostalgic for the people that played it, and then for the new people that probably will never play the older games, it gives them a experience of what it was like back then.
I'll never look that up ever again. Because you said nostalgic, and I'm like, it's not that long. It wasn't that long ago, was it? Monster Hunter World released January 26, 2018.
Oh,
Brother in Christ, you aged yourself.
Yeah. It's ooh.
How to make a lot of people's backs hurt. And
Yeah. Dude, it can get worse. I was like looking at the YouTube channel that played Try Ultimate when it came out, or when someone new. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to this one. I've watched that as a kid a lot, and that was one of those main channels that I watched for Monster Hunter, because I was like, oh, I'm very interested in this now. I want to see people play it. It hits different when we realized the video was like released 12 years ago or something like that. I'm like, ugh.
Ugh.
Don't say it like that. Oh, that's
How
fucked
dare
up.
you? I'll
Yeah.
never recover.
I to this day have to recover for that. But yeah, no, there's a lot of monsters where I wish they would bring them back, but a lot of them are quite frankly impossible to implement in a way that would be
convenient.
yeah.
They were like good for the time period, but for the how things have changed may not have aged well.
Mm-hmm.
Or will have to be a lot more difficult.
Yeah, like especially
which not everybody wants that.
That, but also on a scale of how do we implement this into the game without the game actively shitting itself just by the skeleton? Like the Lamadar would be they had issues with the Leviathan skeleton. That's why Lagiacrus skipped World and only got into Wilds, which makes a lot more sense too when you look at the areas where you fight like Ufduna or shit like that. It fits perfectly in those areas. It's good that he skipped that generation. But as cool as it would be to have the Lamadar back, for the record, the thing that when grown to its full size is the size of the entire Rotten Vale.
Oh,
that's
large.
The snake, the was it Serpent King Dragon or whatever the fuck its title was?
That man would have to have the muddiest textures ever. That
Yeah.
shit would be in 720.
Yep.
And that's just to get it functional.
Yep. And not just texture wise, but from the skeleton that it would have to use, because that would be the Leviathan skeleton, but like 3 times. Because it had different hit zones. They would have to, if they want to implement him into the game, they would have to have started development the second Wilds was developed, and we would be able to get him at the end of the final title update of the DLC. If they want to get him, because that would be such a chore to implement. Just they already had problems with the Leviathan skeleton, with Lagiacrus getting in. Now imagine that, but like triple the size, with more twists and turns that would be needed. Not to mention, they would have to make an entirely new area just to fight him, because he could fit nowhere. Or you wanna a weird monster I wanna somehow have back, just for the sake of having him back for once again? Fucking Yamatsukami, or whatever the fuck it was called. The giant flying octopus, or the squid, whatever the fuck, the green motherfucker from Freedom Unite.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, which one was that in?
It was a Freedom Unite, the fucking... It was this moss-covered, flying... The motherfucker had like 4 tentacles, but he looked very squid.
Yeah.
Even though he only had 4. Because I don't think the engine could have handled more than 4.
Yeah.
The fucking... he was just flying around, and I don't know why, but he could be very fun now, because he had a different range of attacks. He could like unleash was it Fulgur bugs from its mouth, which live inside him somehow. I don't know what the ecology on that is.
What the hell?
Or because you fight him on the tower, on like the ancient tower, whatever the fuck it was called, and you fight him at the top floor. And the fact that he's floating, he would sometimes do a spin. So just spin around and try and hit you with the tentacles. And the only way you could avoid that was crouch. And that's such a unique thing, because the crouch is so underused. It's like, oh, that's a silly little thing.
One weakness. You mean this thing? What? No!
Ooh, just start teabagging. Ooh. He could have hit you so easily if you just lowered himself for like a foot. Oh yeah, also don't forget that he had a one-hit attack. He would suck you in. and spit you out that would instantly kill you. No matter what. So that was fun.
Huh.
Yeah. And people complained about the Elatrian Nova. Eschaton Judgment my ass. That motherfucker just sucked you. The amount of super moves that have gone through the series is fascinating. Because it went from... what was a big attack back then? What was a big attack? It was like... Oh, what was a big attack? It was like the Lambda doing his huge dragon laser or whatever the fuck. Which was, I think, probably was the biggest thing you could have, to now Safi Jiva unleashing a tiny little concentrated nuke, dropping it, and it just lights up the entire area, which is a huge flashbang if you play the game late at night. So thank you for that.
My eyes.
Yeah, that's a real danger. Say about fucking Jinder hot. you would get flashbanged by that. It hurts. Hurts to look at sometimes. But it has also developed a extremely long way. But yeah, to get to the topic I wanted to discuss earlier, but we hopped from one topic to the next, which I'm not complaining. This is how shit's supposed to go anyway. Ardean weapons. Thoughts?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Ardean weapons.
Oh, Ardean weapons.
Thoughts?
I like them for the slots.
Would anybody else like to go first? Because I have a lot to say.
My TLDR so far, fuck 'em. I hate the fact I don't dislike the designs. The Ardean armor set, especially, has been in the games for a long time, and there have been certain Ardean weapons or Ardean-esque weapons in the game for a long time, because the whole story of Ardean shit, which they also brought up in Wilds. What's going on with Fugi today? It's constantly dying for like split seconds, then refreshing itself. The whole story of Ardean weapons is like, oh, this is from an ancient civilization which was further advanced than the current hunters are, and the reason for that being the civilization party wipe that Fatalis caused, which sent everybody back a decent chunk. Those aesthetics make sense because it's like, oh, ancient technology, go ahead, fine. But the way they did them this time is like, okay, this is... I'm glad they are a meta... If they were a meta choice, that'd be great. The fact that they are the meta just for slots, and there's like 3 exceptions to all 14 weapons where it's like, oh, you don't want to use that. Which, spoiler, one of them is Hunting Horn, because songs for Ardean weapons cannot compare to the Guardian Arcveld Hunting Horn. Attack up large do be hitting.
Wow.
And yeah, it has attack up large, recover sharpness, and extend all melodies.
Wow.
Which you
Okay,
can-
yeah, that's
which you-
kind of hard to beat if the buffs just kind of stay there.
Which you can... Fun thing, you could potentially whip out a second Hunting Horn with different buffs. Whip out a second Hunting Horn with like defense up large and shit like that. Switch to the Arcveld one, and constantly just try and keep up the extend all melodies, because that applies to melodies played by previous horns. So you can just have every buff on the planet, or you can just use the Queen Chord Maker and heal yourself, because the Raffian Hunting Horn is actually fun. Yeah, there's like a few exceptions to that rule where it's like, this is not the weapon you want to use because there's better options. I personally have been avoiding Ardean weapons just for the sake of, if I get into the habit of using Ardean weapons, I will not want to switch off anything else, because it's like, but I know this is cool, but this is better. so I will not switch off, and then I'll just ruin the fun for myself, so I'm not even gonna start. I will make them, don't get me wrong, I will make them and I'll have a bit of fun with them, just make different builds, even with Ardian weapons at some point. But I'm trying to avoid them just for the sake of... I don't want to fuck with the crafting system, plus I don't want to fuck with the designs, because it's very... They look good in their own way, but if I have the choice between the Ardian, like because we got a visual example right now, Ardian longsword or Gore Magala longsword, I will gladly take Gore, because that looks sick. Same with like the Gore Magala greatsword. That motherfucker is sick. I will take that. Ardian hammer looks sick. It has a little jet on the back. Is cool. It's like the Wyvern Ignition greatsword in World. That was such a cool
I've
greatsword.
seen that one.
That was such a cool greatsword. And
I've seen so many fun things with that greatsword.
yeah, and I hope they do either bring that back, give us a different iteration or shit like that, or a collab quest I want to have back, which the anime is gonna come out. Well, how about some more Devil May Cry collab quests? You own it! Do something!
No bad
Huh?
idea.
Would be cool. But yeah, Ardian weapons, they're unique, they're fun, they look cool. If they weren't such a meta-dominating thing, which is the shitty part, I think that's why they somehow annoy me to a certain extent. Go ahead and try and look up a build for any weapon right now. Tell me what they're using.
Why do you think I have an Ardian weapon on me right now?
See? By the way, you will get better Ardian parts
Oh,
at the end
absolutely.
game.
I know there's rarity 8. This is
Okay.
a rarity 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
The build I had was actually for rarity 6, but
Mhm.
I didn't know that because
Yeah.
I get cocky. I hunt things out of my league that the guild doesn't authorize me to hunt, and I hunt them anyway. I killed Ray Dow before I was supposed to. I brought that bitch back home.
That's
Who
fucked up.
authorized it? Me.
He's poaching!
What?
He's poaching!
No,
He's poaching!
listen, I want to make good sword. I want to
Poaching.
make good sword. Leave me alone. Shut up.
Poaching. Anyway, yeah, for the record, the Raydao longsword is really good. I've added that to my longsword build now too. It's such a fun sword. It's so cool.
It is. It's so
And
good.
it's got decent white sharpness.
Mm-hmm.
It's only gonna get better from here once you get hunter tickets free.
Absolutely.
Also, you
I will
gotta
say something I wish they would do, but they'll never do.
go ahead because Shuffle got a. I was gonna
Look,
pass the torch to Shuffle, but Shuffle just got a raid. So take it away, Husky.
But basically, I just.
Oh, God, you're
wish
loud
that
now.
they would- Oh God, why am I loud? Hello.
You fucked around with your audio because I kept seeing somebody tell you're quiet as hell.
Yeah, I was talking with audio, but I didn't think it would affect my actual mic. Hold on.
No.
me just-
No, keep it there. I will turn you down. Keep it there. Don't fuck it up
Okay.
again. You're fine.
Okay,
Take it away.
Okay.
Don't want to make
Okay.
it complicated
Basically,
for you. Go on.
no, you're good. Audio is always a thing with me.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Take it away.
Basically, yeah. Basically, I hope that there would be an option for like cosmetics for your weapons. as
Layered
well.
weapons. Oh,
Yeah.
$10
layered
$10
weapons
for
would
every
be
time I
kinda
heard
neat.
that.
I mean, it's just there's some weapons that look really good with certain armors, but then like there's certain weapons
Mhm.
that just look stupid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the true end game of Monster Hunter will always be fashion anyway. So if your set looks sick but your weapon looks dumb, what's the point?
Yeah, it's like, oh, check out my drip, man. Look how clean and shiny I look. Oh, don't
Yeah.
pay attention to the giant bone hammer on the back of my thing that clashes with everything.
Hey, you leave the bone hammer alone. That's a staple of the series. And it's great. I don't like the fact that they used the Monster of the World bone hammer again. I like the old bone hammer, but there was just straight up a single bone. But you leave the bone hammer alone. That was cool. But yeah, no, Ardian weapons have a chokehold on the meta, which is I hope they will do the thing again of what was it? That they did with Rampage weapons, where it's like, oh, those are useful now. You can use them in endgame, and once the DLC hits, but you can also just not. Because that's what they did with Sunbreak, which I was very happy about, because they made every weapon meta to an extent. You could potentially make every single weapon in that game work, which was great. It was refreshing. But I feel like because that would mean that the Ardian weapons would still have play at the end of the day, but it wouldn't be your only choice for builds. Like, the only thing that is keeping Ardian weapons at the top right now is there is stupid amount of slots. Level 3 slots is insane. Which, fun fact.
Can I make a comment about Ardian weapons? Because I have.
You've got takes
to say about this.
Yeah, you can once. Let me just finish my file real quick, and then you can take it away as much as you want to. We got roughly. Let's shoot for like around 3 hours again. So we got roughly. Wait, we started 20 minutes late. -10, -10. Yeah, we got roughly an hour and 10 or something like that. Take it away as much as you want, but only thing I will say on Ardian before I pass this talking stick, fucking the stupid amount of slots is the only thing that keeps them at the top, because you can roll your stats, which if you roll for anything other than attack, you're kind of wasting that anyway, because you can get affinity so easy in this game, but not attack. But fucking the only thing that keeps them there is slotage. If other weapons would go to the extent of either having, who knows, maybe they'll add a bonus slot or something like that. Maybe weapons have 4 slots, who knows. But if they either fall out of the meta with DLC, with updates, with whatever the fuck, or the other weapons from like actual monster parts go and match the slotage that they have right now, that could be the only way, or somewhat only way, that they would be meta. Again, you can use it whatever you wanna. I've killed Gore Magala in like the same amount of time. Not the same amount of time. Okay, Gore is a bad example. I don't know what my kill time on Gore is. But what was it? What was the kill? I think Archibald in like 5 minutes with a regular Gore longsword or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know at the time. I could be completely wrong. Doesn't matter anyway. TLDR, what I'm trying to say is, you are still fine using whatever weapon you want. If you want to use Ardian, go ahead. If you don't want to use Ardian, let's make a sword, man. It doesn't matter which one. Just make a weapon. Who cares? Have fun with the game, damn it. Anyway, stage is yours. Take it away, Shuffle.
All right, hold up. I'm gonna hit this stage so hard, I'm gonna pop up the grill. All right.
Fuck yeah.
So here's my hot take on Ardian weapons. So for those of you that don't know, and those of you that unfortunately know, I was a former Destiny player. When I say Destiny player, I mean I've been there since D1 beta on the 360. That was the summer of God who remembers when. And I was with that game ever since. And then I fell in and out during Destiny 2 here and there. Point is, I'm a former Destiny player. In that game, Bungie eventually implemented God, I forget what the actual name of the weapons were, but essentially they were customizable. Oh, they introduced weapon crafting. That's right. It was with this God, it was like it was a smithing table.
Oh.
I forget what the former what the actual name of it was, but they put in weapon crafting. With this came the ease of access of God rolls. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the term of God roll, that is a weapon that typically with RNG rolls, you eventually get perfect rolls on it that bring the weapon to its maximum efficiency. Now, Monster Hunter World has put in Ardian weapons. These are customizable weapons that, compared to the normal stuff you can't roll. This you can roll. So, Ardian weapons have unfortunately brought this. Well, I can't say unfortunately because there are some things that I think are good about it. Like, for example, I'm currently rocking 2 Ardian weapons on me. I don't know if
Also-
anybody saw me weapon switch just now, but I have an electric one on me and a dragon one on me.
Also,
At my current state in the game, I
okay.
don't have a good dragon option. The one dragon option I have has negative affinity. I'm a longsword user. That's terrible for me.
It's fine. You'll
This
get
one that I have
get
has
gore.
like 10-15% affinity. That's good for me for where I am in the game. I think RD weapons should have been. Well, no, RD weapons are good to cater a filling, more of a hole that your weapon trees do not fill or do not have a good substitute for. That RD weapons could fill that void.
Real quick.
Now, in terms of meta, because of how
Okay,
you
go
can build it, I think this is more of an issue that the weapon doesn't have base stats plain and that you can infuse attack, affinity, and I'm pretty sure some other shit. If it had just elemental, I think that'd be perfectly fine. But with the introduction of other things, you create this ideal weapon. And because of that, it outshines some of the base stuff, which I think is unfortunate. So now Monster Hunter kind of has to work around this problem where the customization is good. I think that's really cool because again, it fills the void that maybe not all weapon trees have. But because now there is god roll tendency with this customization, it's a matter of do you upgrade the base weapon stuff or do you nerf the customizable stuff? And who are you willing to piss off to make that move? Essentially. That's kind of my take on it. I think they're cool. Are there better designs? Absolutely. I'd be rocking my Wyverian Blade Blood right now. But right now, this is just effective for me. But that's my take. That's my take. All right, I'm putting away the grill.
Ardian weapons. I mean, what they did here is basically, what if we made Safi Jiwa weapons, but we gave it a little twist to it? But Ardian weapons are for people who wanna. I'm gonna say that as plain and simple as I can put it. It's for speedrunners and people who wanna make the optimal build. Because you won't get as optimal with slots and skills as with an Ardian weapon. You have no base skill on it, you got 3 level 3 slots. You can roll for 4 attack infusion, 1 sharpness, optimal way. You can work around with that. Put some status on that because elemental hit zones still are ass sadly right now. You're good. Do your thing. But to me it takes a lot of the fun of, oh, look at the sword I have, it's made of that, you can tell, out of the whole Monster Hunter formula, because it's like, here's this chunk of metal. You have no idea where it's from. Me neither. Anyway, beat up the dragon. If the designs are cool, don't get me wrong, the designs are great. It's just, if everybody's using it, which will happen eventually, which I think already has happened, especially when you try to look up a build, which is pissing me off yet again. They'll try to look up a build, it's like, oh, use this RD weapon. No.
Yeah, no, that's the unfortunate god roll problem that we now run into that Monster Hunter hasn't had to deal with before, but now has to figure out, okay, what's the right way to go about this without completely just making a dog shit. I think personally, since Ardian weapons fall from tempered monsters, I would never dare challenge a tempered monster unless I was ready. I think they're easier to fight here, which makes it, I'm not going to say sadly, but it makes it more accessible, which is why it's become so ideal because it's easier to get.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've had a very comfy time. I got my ass whooped here and there with the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a pro player in any sort of way. I'm still very much on the casual side, but I've had a very comfy time with Wilds because of the the main complaint a lot of people have. Oh, the game's too easy. Enjoy it while it lasts. It's gonna turn up to 11 real quick. So enjoy it while it's quote unquote easy. Yeah, tempered monsters are everywhere. You need the tickets for the end tree of every weapon tree. Because you either need Hunter Symbol 1, 2, or 3 for the last upgrade of any weapon. So you eventually will have to fight a tempered monster regardless. And since the only ones that you want to farm for are the weapons, which I think is what people are referring to with the game has no content, is the only way you get a Hunter Symbol free is if you kill an tempered Apex monster, tempered Gore Magala, or tempered Arkveld, which limits the entire monster pool to 6. And
Wow.
only hunting 6 monsters, which for the record, Hunter Symbol 3 is also used for upgrading the weapons of the Apexes, the weapons of Arkveld, and the weapons of Gore Magala. So if you want to finish those weapons, you will have to fight one of those 6 tempered monsters. Which I think is why people are complaining about, oh, the game has no content at the end. It's getting boring or whatever the fuck. Because if you only do those 6 things, I can easily see how it can get frustrating, how it can get boring at times if you're sitting there like, oh, guess I gotta fight my 15th Arkveld of the night. Oh boy.
Arkveld for dinner.
Yep. Holographic Arkveld, my favorite. Fucking. I can see how that gets boring. But here's a tip for people that say who think that's boring. Hunt whatever is in that locale, no matter what you're there for. If you go to the to Viveria, you hunt a tempered Arkveld. You take out that full Guardian Ebony Odogaron while you're at it. It's gonna spice up the gameplay so much because you fight something different for once.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I think is the issue with the people complaining about, oh, we have no endgame. If you only do 6 monsters, you have nothing. Yeah, of course. But build other weapons, man. do whatever the fuck. But on the Guardian
'Cause
weapons,
in fairness, like
Okay.
I think a lot of people would have ended up hunting those 6 monsters anyway, just because of difficulty, and they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
you know, if it's out of necessity, it's like, all right, well, here we go.
Yeah. Like, do I hunt Blangonga every time he's there? Yeah. Do I need anything from him? Not in the slightest. I could make like 15 Blangonga weapons, and I've already made the armor set for fashion. I could make the armor set again. I got like 17 beast gems. But is it a fun fight? Yeah. But if I was forced to fight Blangonga every time, I feel like that would get to me to a certain point where I'm getting tired of this monster. Which I've caught myself in a few moments fighting either Gore or Arkveld where I'm like, just get it over with, man. I need like 1 ticket. Come on. Just give me your weapon. Just fall over already. I'm tired. Tired of this shit.
Put the parts in the bag.
Yeah, just put the Hunter Symbol 3 in the bag, little bro. It's over. I'm tired. get out of here. But yeah, no. The fact that you're locked into 6 monsters, which I will hopefully assume, I'm full of hope here that, I mean, it wouldn't make sense anyway, but if they didn't, but if Tempered Mizutsune doesn't give me Hunter Symbol 3, I'm rioting.
Yeah.
You're not adding something post-game and not giving me a Hunter Symbol 3 for that. Come on. Also, Arc Tempered Raid Owl. He'll be there.
Yep, that's coming. He found a light socket. Now he's arch tempered.
Yep. put can't speak for I can't speak right now. I don't know what's wrong, but restarting that sentence. He plugged himself in, and now he's fully charged. Fucking.
Just a big chibi robo.
And I thought Arc Temple or Arch Temple, whatever you want to say it. I thought that was like an Elder Dragon exclusive thing, but nah.
Mm.
So either the apexes
they're doing
are
it
Elder
different
Dragon
ways.
level. Yeah, maybe. Could be. So either the apexes are Elder Dragon level, or Arch Temper can apply to everything, and we're gonna get Arch Temper Dodogama next update. Who knows?
Yeah, my
Give me
boy.
the arch tempered boy. Bring him to me.
Dodogama was such a fun addition because he does not fit into the Elder's Recess at all. You get like Lavasioff, which would have been cool if you didn't. You really didn't have to.
Yeah.
Piscine Wyverns fucking blow. Anyway, you get like Azurapolos, you get Brachydios in that area, you get Uragon, which I don't know why. He's okay, I like him, but he's stupid. But fucking get all that, and all of a sudden, here's this little lizard. He eats rocks. He doesn't do much, but he's just there. He's not doing a lot, but he's doing his best. Yeah. It's a little Poogie outfit you could get.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Poogie, I was so close to being like, did they skip Poogie again? And then I got to the fucking to the Vivaria.
And then Pookie
Yeah.
was there.
And there he
I
is.
was
And
so
I'm like,
happy to see
fuck
Pookie.
yeah.
I'm like, my boy, my son, my baby.
There he is. There's a lad. Oh, pork chop on the wall. I
Better
can
let him
imagine.
have costumes. If not, I'm gonna be upset.
I haven't checked if he has costumes yet. I know you can change the costume in the upcoming update for Alma. She's gonna have costumes like the handler did.
This is
Wait.
not about Alma. Let me costume the pig. He needs his bee suit again.
Yeah, the fucking bee suit. Or the little devil Joe, or the Dodogama outfit. He had so many cool fits.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if you feel the R before I pass the talking stick into the round one more time, if you limit yourself to 6 monsters, the game's gonna be boring. Just hunt whatever. Make every weapon. 'Cause that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going through right
the
now.
game is how you make it, and that's gonna be on the player.
Exactly. I'm trying to go through and see, okay, which weapon do I want? And I will craft it regardless if it's good or not, because that DLC will hit. And I will need like one upgrade for master rank. No going back to high rank, no low rank farming. Fuck all of that. I'll be ready, damn it. But yeah, also Shuffle, have you fought the gore yet?
I have not. I'm actually on the quest just before that because tomorrow I'm going to be doing a collab stream at 6:30 EST, and I'm not entirely sure if the person I'm playing with has fought Gore yet. I think the last time I peeked in, it looks like they may have gotten past that point. So
Oh.
just so I'm not the one lagging behind, I probably will be fighting him eventually tonight.
Oh hell yeah. Because gore is gonna be. Yeah, I think that's a good topic to end that on later on. We got like
Which one? Which one
40
is
minutes.
Gore again?
the one Shuffle wants to fuck.
What the fuck do you mean by that?
Yeah. No, exactly what I'm talking about, chicken nugget boy.
Listen, shut the fuck up, all right? Are you a ghost or you a slime, all right?
You're not debating that topic, but we'll get there eventually. We'll use that as a finishing touches. Fucking what else? But yeah, of course, I gotta touch on this topic real quick. The amount of people that were ecstatic when that trailer came out after they revealed Title Update 1. of like, here's the little sneak peek for the summer update. That one single claw coming out of the water, people lost their shit. People lost their shit to the extent that because Twitter for some reason has the urge to send me notifications on my phone, even though I don't use that platform in the slightest anymore. But they're like, hey, look what you missed. Why don't you want to use us? Please help, come back. The banned Legiocris account has changed their name to unbanned Legiocris. Because that was the account that kept posting like Monster Hunter lore, posted like questions of like, oh, this monster or that, or what do you think about this? They did a lot of Monster Hunter stuff, which I appreciate it, but they have not made the switch to Blue Sky yet, so guess I gotta wait. Or
Unfortunately, superior.
yeah, it really is. But
Nah, say it louder. Blue Sky is superior. You got to get off Twitter, guys.
yeah.
If you're not on Blue Sky, you're a square.
I was gonna say I was looking at Shuffle's Fugi as you said that, but he's a cube. That's close enough. It's like,
He's a cube. It's different.
you're a square. I'm not a square. Hold up.
I am a cuboid. Thank you
See?
very much.
It's like multiple squares.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck.
Okay. Damn. Damn, it was personal. That could be a banger meme of like, don't ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and shuffle the shape of his head. That's a banger meme right there. Anyway, but since we're talking about besides the point of Legiocris being absolutely fucking hype, and honestly, I'm excited because he deserves a comeback after all these years. But speaking of content creators, that got brought up in the episode 0 group chat, which probably will be revived at a later date for a comeback episode of that cast of people, if everybody's down again. Just gonna ask Bone basically at this point. We'll figure it out whenever Bone's there. But speaking of content creators, who do y'all take advice from when it comes to Monster Hunter? Who do you guys follow? If you do follow any. Because I know it got brought up in the other group chat, so I want to pick that topic up again. Where wants to go?
Recently, it's just been tips and tricks, but I haven't looked up any build videos just because I'm comfy with what I have set up for bow, and for the most part, it works towards other stuff. I think Rage Gaming videos are they have enough information, and most of the stuff I know, but a few things are pretty neat.
Rage Gaming is as much shit as the community gives them. For what they're doing, they're a very entertaining channel, at least to me. Like the Pro and Noob series is always interesting to look at. That's a nice cozy background noise. It's just seeing Cotton being absolutely hyped about every single little thing is very, very nice to see, and honestly sometimes catches me off guard. I'm like, you know what, yeah, that is sick. Hold up, that is really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of good Monster Hunter creators out there. So for you, watch anybody or not? Or Husky, go ahead.
Yes. So there's not many Monster Hunter creators that I watch. Some of them are animated. Like the oh my god, I forgot this guy's name.
Carbot?
Huh?
Or is it 3D or cartoon animated?
No, it was like cartoony 2D stuff. Because I know Terminal Montage made some cartoons, but there was another guy that made specifically just Monster Hunter cartoons.
Oh, just Monster Hunter. Oh, T Common Shark was.
Maybe I can't remember.
Because I think that's the one I got the crap from.
And gameplay and stuff. I watch Eric's Gaming, which
shout
out to him for teaching me how to play Charge Blade, and then I put that shit to work.
This goes out to you, Eric. If you ever want to come on the podcast, be sick as fuck.
Oh
but could you imagine? That'd be sick.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe one day.
I get to think of myself.
Yeah,
We're like, yeah, you made a charge blade use out of me.
yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll reach out to like. I'm not at the point because 500 follower Twitch guy will probably not be able to get Eric's gaming on a podcast or people like Gaijin Hunter because that man's busy with his family. He's doing his own shit. He posts like once every blue moon already. I don't want to fuck up his schedule by, hey, you have no idea who I am, but you will come on a podcast where you for like a handful of people watching you. It's like, who are you? who the fuck are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, but
Who are you?
fucking yeah, Eric's gaming. I've been watching him. I've been watching him doing this life cycle of like World and Sunbreak and all that. He doesn't upload that as much, does he? Doesn't do much at the moment.
I forgot what happened.
No,
with the
from what
team.
I saw, especially because I went back to a couple of his world tutorials way back when.
Mhm.
It's like he'll do uploads every now and then, but then Monster Hunter came out. And it's like, oh, there's a revival of the channel,
Oh yeah.
so he seems specifically geared toward Monster Hunter content.
Mm-hmm. It's like the casual Gaijin Hunter revamp of oh shit, new Monster Hunter. Here's a new video after like 3 months, which valid honestly. He's living the best life and I'm glad he's able to. it's just always funny to see like, oh shit, new Gaijin Hunter popped up in my subscription box. Hell yeah, he's back. Then doesn't upload for like 2 months. I'm like,
You love to
"Aw."
see it.
Yeah, gets you excited because like hell yeah. You open the video, hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter here, and I'm like fuck yeah, it is. You're right. That was Fighting Cowboy, another solid channel who makes builds in a way that I extremely appreciate. Because of course he shows already in weapons and all that shit, right? But he makes the build in a way that it's effective. Like it is a good damage build, or it gives you multiple variations of like, okay, you can make it like this, or you
Make
could
it like that.
yeah, you could
Like this, or you can make it like that.
exactly. You could have I don't know, have like Constitution, but if you want to get that comfy, you will get a comfy build. You could remove the Constitution and slot in like free Divine Blessing. I'm like, that's catering to not the not the resident speedrunner in everybody. This is a build I will follow. That's something I can make. This is like high DPS builds and max DPS builds, great, amazing. If you get hit, there's a good chance you'll die.
Yeah, sometimes there's a skill ceiling with what you're using.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Glass cannon.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, of course. Then who could forget Rurikon, the resident gun lance main, who has a podcast with Gaijin Hunter, which also is Monster Hunter focused. So that'd be a banger crossover episode. Not gonna lie. But well, one can dream. But Husky, you wanted to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying I personally haven't found anyone that I've been really looking into yet.
Oh.
Usually I stumble upon somebody that I really enjoy depending on the game. I just haven't found one for Monster Hunter yet.
Mm.
Like when it came to like Overwatch, when I played that game still, I watched your favorite Overwatch was his name, something like that, and he made some really solid videos.
Mm-hmm.
And he's starting to get into other things, obviously for reasons. But I'm sure I'll find somebody, and I'll look into the recommendations you guys made.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, I enjoy a good video here and there, especially of the meme-ier variety. I love watching Hammer Bros, swing their hammers.
Mm. Oh, I'm sure.
Mhm.
I'm sure you would enjoy Rage Gaming then. Rage Gaming is very, especially the Pro and Noob series, which always a nice watch.
Yeah,
It's a cozy little watch. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, there's a not a handful. There's a good chunk of good Monster Hunter creators, which is nice to see. that there's so much love for the game series as a whole, but also that there's so many different variations. I mean, at the moment with the current state of builds, it's very much okay. Here's the build. It's who would have guessed? It's Fulgur, Arc Vulcan, Fulgur, Gore pieces. Have fun. it's almost every build right now because that's just effective.
Yeah, it's always annoying when it gets stuck in a meta sigma.
Mhm.
Stigma, that is.
Yeah, it is bound to happen, but at the same time, it always sucks when the first builds come out. It's like, okay, so this is the optimal set. Everything else is not gonna compare. It's ass. It's sad to see.
I mean, I always like it when they actually have, like, depending on what weapons and set and what you do, it can have its own unique way about it and can be good in its own way.
Hmm.
But, like, of course, there's always going to be a set that will probably do more damage or something like that. But, like, especially if it's like when it comes to elemental stuff, it's just like I want a set that does a lot of ice damage and freezes things and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But with how it is right now, it's just mostly just straight up damage numbers.
Yeah, because which brings back to the topic of elemental hit zones are just not good right now. That's the sad part, which holds back elemental builds. That and critical element is not a good skill. That gives you like +2 attack. Like, really?
So dumb.
And I swear it used to be better, which is
It used to
crazy.
be cracked because Iceborne fucking reality checked so many Monster Hunter players at start of World, because back in the day, sounds extremely old, but World came out 2018. I can say that now. Back in the day, before World, even elemental shit was. I mean, of course, you could just raw damage everything to death to a certain extent, but there was more of an emphasis on, especially since you didn't have a lot of skills to add, you were more incentivized on, okay, I'm fighting this. I'm gonna take this weapon because it has that element. So I can get a bit more DPS out there, because otherwise I won't have 5 weakness exploits, 7 attack boost, and 4 agitator. I'm just gonna have that weapon, and I'm gonna have my controller. That's it. Speaking of,
my bad.
No, you're good.
Speaking of, like, small note, I kind of really like that instead of making a general decoration pool, it's now split up between these are for the swords, this is for your armor. Go.
Yeah.
Which I think is a lot better to hone in on specifics.
Mhm.
That's all I want to say. I think that was a really good change.
Yeah, it is an extremely good change. Some skills being a weapon exclusive does not make sense.
That hurts. That
Yeah.
hurts a lot. But
Or like, so why the fuck is critical eye a attack, like a weapon exclusive skill, but I can put weakness exploit on my legs?
Yeah.
What?
Heartbreaker.
Yeah, Partbreaker you can. Weakness exploit, that you can. Critical eye, not so sure about that one. What? Where do you draw the line? But that was a very good change. But so you were what was trying to go for fucking you were incentivized to have a weapon of the fitting element, because you didn't have a lot of means of putting out more DPS than like fucking, what is it, the Might Seed Mega Demon Drug and the occasional attack +3 if you had a mixed set, probably. Which, spoiler, you looked extremely stupid back in the day because you had no layered armor. But yeah, the elemental part was very much a more core part, at least what it seemed like to me. Because trust me, at the time of Tri Ultimate, I was not involved in the scene in the slightest. I was not looking up the best build or whatever the fuck. I was just playing the game and having fun time.
Or hot dogging it.
Exactly. But now it's just the element. Critical element gives you nothing. The elemental hit zones of the monsters suck ass. Why is it? Wait, I'm sorry, but I just looked over on Shuffle screen and I just saw his Palico stare into the void with that 1,000-yard stare.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, he just had that 1,000-yard stare, staring straight into nothing, not a single thought. It's just
Behold the monkey.
the monkey. Fun thing about the monkey, since we're on the topic right now, real quick. I love the Blangonga insect glaive because it just looks like the Wukong staff. It's so cool.
Mhm.
The weapons need an upgrade. Anyway, yeah, you had more incentives to use that, but now the skills for element, whack. Elemental hit zones, whack.
Whack.
Fucking the weapons you can make for elements, good, but
Whack.
the element, whack. What do you use? Exactly. Lalabarina longsword. You get like 5 paralysis, 5 paralyzes off, dead. Lalabarina
Wait, hold
longsword
up.
is insane.
Is it really? 'Cause
It's
I don't know.
stupid.
Paralyze is so good.
I feel so. I know Paralyze in itself is really good. I have mixed feelings on it because, okay, so where is it? No, that's right down.
Fun fact.
In my chest.
Fun fact while you're looking at it, but while you're looking for it, the Lalabarina longsword or Lalabarina weapons have more paralysis than you could even roll with an Ardian weapon.
Oh, absolutely. But like, look at this. So
Mhm.
I have mixed feelings. So like,
Okay.
here's another sword in the same sort of like lineup. So Lalabarina has 495. This has 627, but it has negative affinity, and it's already reaching 260 of its element. The Raydal Longsword, which is in its completely own league with 561 and Thunder 190, 561. It's like, it's constant. It's lacking on the raw damage, but if paralysis is that strong, even though it says 180, okay, I get it. Then I understand the trade-off here.
Paralysis, you can. It seems like the monster threshold for paralysis is extremely low this game. Because I got like. What weapon was I using? I think the Lalabarina dual blades on Jindahad. I had that motherfucker. Yeah, I had that motherfucker paralyzed.
Flying status.
Yeah, but I had that motherfucker paralyzed like to the point where the paralysis lasted like a second, because I've already gotten him paralyzed that entire hunt like 5 times. And don't get me wrong, they have a huge amount of white sharpness too. If you pair that with razor sharp, you're gonna sharpen like twice. And the raw damage also is pretty good for what it is. And at the end of the day, paralysis adds up to more DPS, because if the monster can't move, you get free hits. If you get free hits, you gotta do more damage over time. And especially if you're using
understand the raw damage trade-off.
Especially even with the fucking, if you want to look at the weapon trees, the fucking Lalabarina hammer is stupid.
Oh, that's the one that has like the little flashlight
Yes.
fly cage to it, right? That is such a nice hammer. I love the design of it.
Stupidly good. Because again, especially with the addition of the free swing combo into spinning bludgeon, into a charge attack, into more spin, you can get so many paralysis hits off. And hammer mixed with paralysis plus KO plus it comes with level 3 stamina thief, so they're not gonna have stamina either.
Oh,
it's such a good weapon. It is such a good. If you want to try hammer, that is the hammer to go to. That's the safest way you can play hammer, because it's just you have insane amounts of white. You have insane amount of white sharpness. Yeah, once you get it to the max level, once you get the binder mace, you're good to go. Nothing can move, either because they're out of stamina, paralyzed, or knocked out. It's stupidly effective. And paralysis, to anyone, in this VC or anyone watching on Twitch right now or YouTube tomorrow, I think. That I'll try and put in a a little text bubble of if I upload the video tomorrow or not. Just that's a fucking lie. Just the title of the creator clip real quick. But if you have not tried paralysis in this game, your kill time will go down like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Because the time you save, the time you would lose out on damaging, or the damage you would lose out on, because you get less damage but have a ton of paralysis, you, to an extent, get that back because of the insane amount of white sharpness the weapons have. Because in the damage you are quote-unquote lacking on, with a different weapon you would have to sharpen in that time. So it kind of balances itself out with the added bonus of you get paralysis off. So, again, to anybody who hasn't tried paralysis in this game, give it a shot. Longsword, dual blades, hammer, as long as you're not playing greatsword, come on. Are you kidding me? But
And plus, you give your Palico paralysis weapon.
exactly, if you get the Lollop Arena paralysis weapon on the Palico too, they will not be, they ain't moving. They're not gonna move. But yeah. How long we've been going for? Oh, we're almost the 3-hour mark. I think it's as a little finishing touch. We move the gameplay out of the way. And get to the meaty part of this conversation. I feel like we're gonna have a talk. I'm gonna read this off for the chance there are people only listening.
Hold up. All right, everybody. We'll see you in the next episode.
It's not your podcast, the fuck. You can decide that. Hold up. Pause. Let me read that off real quick. I mean, it is your podcast to an extent because you're main cast, but you get what I mean.
Right,
anyway. Okay. Let me read that off from add your favorite shufflebot.bluesky.social. Yep. And I quote, had a dream where I was fighting Gore Magala and then it randomly turned to a hot woman. No more chicken nuggets before bed. Parentheses, I haven't even fought that monster, by the way. I haven't seen the... I don't have the comments on that, on the screenshot, but the words, if I frenzy, I frenzy. That's commitment to the bit. I gotta give you that.
Listen.
What happened, man?
Baron,
what happened?
Baron made a joke. I'm gonna follow up with the joke, all right?
What happened? Give us a rundown of that dream, because I want to know how there seems to be a missing link between fighting it, hot woman. there has to be something in between. This is like Nata levels of storytelling of, oh, we gotta kill it. No, it's fine. Like, what happened?
Hold up. If you want a rundown, I could just give you how my night went last night.
Okay,
So,
yes, with it.
I'm out here. I'm casually watching Burdane's stream, which shout out to Burdane again, by the way. If you don't watch him, watch him. He's a cool guy. He's war chief. He's big man.
Yeah. Hussa.
So I'm watching Burdane. I get hungry. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna find something to eat. I go find some chicken nuggets. I throw them in like this like air fryer that we got. That's like sort of like a toaster oven too. It's got like all these settings on it and shit. But I pull out 11 chicken nuggets. I throw that shit in the air fryer. Let it cook. Let it come out. Put it back in. Doing an air roast. Comes out again. It's crispy. Cool. It's all good. I eat my chicken nuggets. I open up Wilds. I'm at the start menu. The itis starts hitting me, bro. And it starts hitting me hard. Like 11 chicken nuggets was not much, but I was sleepy as fuck. I hit start game, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna log on. I'm gonna hunt Chatacabra a little bit because, good lord, the drop rate for the carapace is so absolutely disgusting.
Wait, Chatacabra?
Why
The frog?
I just couldn't for the carapace. Get a
Really?
carapace for it. Yes. So
Fucked up.
the only way you can get it at 100% drop rate is if you break the
Arm break?
forearms, his
Okay.
front forearms. But man, mind you, we're not talking wounds. We're not talking initial breaks. There's
Mhm.
actually a second break that happens because he coats his arms. Sometimes he'll pick up rocks and then like that'll coat it. You have to break the forearms.
Yeah, but he's
which
dead
was
by that
annoying,
point.
which is actually why I'm currently running. Do I have full part breaker on? I thought I had full part breaker on.
Isn't he usually dead by that point before you get to breaking the arm twice?
Typically, it was super difficult. I just couldn't get it, and I had no carapaces. I was like, this is the easiest enemy in the game. But this material specifically, which by the way, if you Google search it, people have even asked if this material drop is bugged.
Yeah.
Chotacabra carapace, it's just such a difficult drop for no reason. And like the drop rate on it for a target mission, it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just super unlucky, but like there's threads about this specific material. But regardless, that was my plan. Log on, hunt Chotacabra, get one of the pieces, which by the way, when I started upstream, I managed to fucking get the forearm breaks, no problem, which was a miracle. But do the hunts, do that, probably call it a night. And instead, I got really sleepy. So I went into communications, right? And I made stickers. Check it out. Look,
I'm gooning. Oh,
gotta have the signature one, and then some other ones I was thinking of messing with. It's a work in progress. I had messed with like 2-3 stickers. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done for the night. I was on Wilds for like 15 minutes at best. Said good night to everybody. Went to sleep. That was my night. Had a fucking dream of Gore Magala. Monster I've never fought yet, by the way. And those of you that have seen episode 0 know that my only experience with Gore Magala is understanding that it has territorial lore. The Shin, what was it? The angelic version of it.
Shigaru.
Gore. There we go. Shigaru. Like that's basically my extent of it and the rise introduction of it.
Fun fact, by the way. Real quick on Shigaru Magana. I love the fact that the quest name they had for Sunbreak for Shigaru is the exact same quest name as in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate where Shigaru got introduced. Because they're both stopping the wheel. And I love that. Anyway, move on.
Alright, so I just end up falling asleep, super duper tired, which actually before falling asleep, I just went wash dishes in like the worst haze and just I fell in bed. I was out. That was it. That was my night. Fall asleep, end up having a dream of Gore Magala, monster I've never even fought yet. And I remember it was in this large, like this is me trying to recall it as best as I can. We were fighting in this large what just hit me? Oh.
The peanut gallery.
What the? Okay, jump. So we were fighting in this large sort of mansion-like arena. I remember that it definitely looked like a chateau. There was like large red carpet. It was not quite close quarters, but definitely not a room I'd probably want to be like locked in with a monster that's that terrifying. Again, never fought this monster in my life. I'm fighting it, yada yada yada. The horns come out even, so like I know it's angry. It's crazy. Like I was having a legitimate just Monster Hunter fight. Like this shit was in third person too.
In your head, in your mind's eye, you just see agitator activated.
It did. It happened. And then just randomly, it was like shortly after the horns had activated, I was definitely laying in some good hits on it. And like it went for what looked like you know how when monsters get slayed, like they'll kind of like roar upward and then they'll faint and pass over.
Yeah.
So it looked like it did something like that. And then it just morphed into like a woman. And I just like sheathed my sword and I was confused. I was, huh?
That's not Shigaru
I
Magala.
just
That's not
didn't
how that works.
understand. It just turned into a hot woman.
Mm.
Her boobs were huge,
That way it ended, and you just
and like
woke
it wasn't
up
like a
huh?
monster-sized woman. It was just like a
Regular
woman.
sized.
That was it.
Uh-huh.
I don't
That's what
know.
hell of a truth.
I just don't know.
Yeah, that's
There's
what.
a VR
All I
chat
know is
screen.
that if you ever have Tyson chicken nuggets, not sponsored, do not eat 11 of them before bed.
I feel like after
That's
that
the quote.
story, we're definitely not sponsored by those chicken nuggets. I don't think Tice chicken nuggets are gonna look at this and be like, maybe. It's like, oh my
I
god.
don't know. It just happened. I didn't understand. I've never seen this woman. I've never seen this monster in my life.
Also, Shuffle, if you haven't seen in the group chat yet what Insanity posted since when we were talking about Eric's
Mm.
banger t-shirts.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I don't think they're available anymore, unfortunately.
Fuck!
On their website,
Fucked up.
right? They could have kept it.
Yeah. But since we're talking about monster women, every time I look up a GIF, you can try that yourself right now on Blue Sky. Go to Blue Sky, go to the GIFs, try and make a post, select GIFs, type in Arkweld. You will get Arkweld GIFs, and then there's this Arkweld woman every time, and one day I'm just gonna use that GIF because I keep seeing. I'm like, I can't. I got it, but I
You know what?
can't.
You've talked about this a lot off stream. I have to look this up right now.
It happens
So just
every
type in
time.
Archiveld.
Yeah, just type in Arkweld. I feel like it shows up right there on the right.
I see it. Yep,
Yep.
right there, right in
You
the
see
middle.
that? See that shit every time. I always end up with the other gift that's like nice argument. Unfortunately, it's just a frame of Arkwell slamming the chain down.
It's a
Wait a
pic.
minute.
It's a pic mix, right? It just says Arkveld, my beloved, and
Yeah.
like hot, and it's sparkling.
Yeah.
I found it.
That
It's crazy
genre of
because
gifts.
it gives me like Gardevoir vibes.
Uh,
It's definitely the hairstyle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shuffle, I found a gift for you in the the message.
Hey, yo, 20 chicken nuggets. Yeah.
That's what that's how it all begins. I mean, you said 11, right? What would happen if we go for 20?
Oh God, it just turns into a harem, and I just never wake up.
It's just gore, Shigaru,
Wake me
chaotic.
up from the coma, and I start screaming, "Send me back!
Ah!
Why did you wake me?"
You just wake up with that scream from you.
That time I got isekai by
Yeah.
20 chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Dude, we could write it. We could write it
Yeah, we
right
could make it
now.
happen. Fucking just I added, for the record, I added that as a. I talked about this in Discord, but I added that exact moment of like the beginning scream of Kendrick Lamar's "You." I added that as an emote, and I add the emote, and every time you use that emote, the scream goes off, and you can layer it. Something fucking around with it, just constant screaming when you spam that shit. Like, don't get me wrong, the song great, very emotional, but I was like, this has meme potential. As much as I respect the song, I respect the artist, this has meme potential. So I was like, yeah, this is one joke I will take. But just waking up from the from the chicken nugget induced
Don't-
monster
Don't
coma.
wake me up, bro.
Yep.
If I
Put me
frenzy,
back.
I frenzy.
Put me back.
Put me back in the box.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Put the gore in the box, little bro. I think there is
Put the
an.
box on my face.
I don't know if I don't know if the artist has made the transition to Blue Sky yet, but there was a Monster Hunter artist account on Twitter, at least, that drew that drew Monster Hunter women every time. I was like, okay, I respect that.
Yo,
Respect
shout
that.
out to them. Lala Barina, my
Oh
beloved.
yeah. Shout out to women.
Shout out to women.
Yeah,
I love women.
yeah,
Women are hot.
true.
They're neat.
I just think they're neat. Yeah, shout out to women, but also shout out to men.
This
Shout
is
out,
true. Men
shout
need
out
love too.
people. Yeah,
Shout out to all
Yeah.
of the people.
yeah. Women hot, men hot. Why? Global warming. Anyway,
People are cool. Sometimes.
yeah, yeah. Same
Shout out
could
to
be
good
applied.
people. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. shout out
Shout out
to
to
nice
Hot
people.
personalities.
Yeah,
Good personalities.
yeah. Shout out to personalities. It's a stupid section
Shout
of
out
the
to boobs
podcast.
too. Boobs are pretty cool. I think everybody can agree on that.
Oh yeah. I can already hear that. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I already hear it.
Listen, men can have boobs too. That's all right.
Yo, I got that. Oh, I look down.
Hey, we're not talking about my pee
got
cups
ins-
here. All right.
I got
Stop.
instant. Yo, you too? Hell yeah.
Let me put it this way: my boobs are bigger than some of my lady friends.
I listen. I don't want to brag here, but I feel like my boobs would be able to bring all the boys to the yard.
my
A
God.
small gathering of boys at the yard would happen.
Man, this is a
Not all of
crazy
them, but a
tangent.
few. Oh yeah. It's a Monster podcast.
Yeah.
This is why I said last episode. If you haven't watched it, watch it. That's why I said if we end up on topics that are not related to Monster Hunter, it happens. I don't care. This is first and foremost a podcast, so every topic is open. It is gonna be mainly Monster Hunter focus, but if we go off on shit like this, that is valid. I'm not gonna interrupt that. That's funny as fuck. But yeah, shout out boobs. Doing a great job.
Yeah.
Also shout out bras. Thank you for your service.
Thanks for the support.
Yep. Appreciate it.
I don't know what that means, but I'll probably ask later off stream.
To support the girls.
Yeah, they support the boobs. That's what the
Sure.
breast holder is for.
You heard it here. Shuffle doesn't know how bras work.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said bra. I heard
Yeah.
draws.
Oh,
No fucking shout out draws. Happy birthday.
I did not hear the B. I thought you said DROZZ.
Oh.
I thought it was the draws.
Thank you for your service, draws.
Draws.
I'm like,
I-
what's that B? Why is he shouting out draws? Did draws do something I didn't know?
I mean, draws subscribed to Vapor the second we started talking about boobs. So maybe.
Yeah, but no. Shout out to Battle Ready Armor.
Yeah, that too.
If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If
But,
you don't know, damn, you missed out.
Oh yeah. I've been there. Happy birthday. See, Meepy's got spirit.
yeah.
This doesn't make sense for people that are listening to it on YouTube, but guess you gotta be there live. I don't know. This is the most I've plugged my shit in 2 years of streaming, by the way.
Imagine watching the Twitch stream.
Imagine going to twitch.tv/ I'm not gonna give the pronunciation, you're already on my channel, you know how it's spelled. But yeah, no. Is there anything we could add to this? Besides, so we talked about oh, I just saw the oh yeah, Team Darkside. I forgot to mention them during the content creator section.
Yeah.
Where Husky has a good list in the group chat now. If you want to go through some, I gotta add Cowboy to that because he's doing.
Oh, true.
I think right now he's doing first Berserker Kazan. but he also does Monster Hunter. That's where I get my builds from. Nope, not pausing that. There we go. Yeah, add him too. But yeah, Team Darkside also incredibly impressive what they do. Like they will take any monster and beat the fuck out of it. Like the synchronized hunts are mesmerizing to watch. We see 3 people going in with a true charge slash at the same time. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Or
So cool.
the person that I brought up last time, because I got the motherfucker Adam a 3DS, we played at least once. Which might be by accident. Maybe? I don't know. But Content Per Me, very banger channel too. Also, live on Twitch regularly. Doing.
Oh.
I think last time I checked in, he was making every armor piece in the game. I think he did.
Oh lord.
I think he made every single armor piece in the game. Which, if you want to make the Sinister Cloth set, have fun. It's a pain in the ass.
I have some pieces.
I have one. I have exactly one, because I've only gotten one cloth.
Yeah, my one cloth went to my Palico.
My one cloth went to my chest piece. That's about it. But, yeah, I think... Is there anything y'all want to add? Is there anything we haven't discussed yet? And what are... one last question before the question goes out to y'all. If we haven't discussed anything you want to bring up, and are y'all ready for or excited for a title update in the week?
Wahoo.
And if you're not, please
now?
tell us how disappointed you are in the comments below. But most importantly, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and survive.
Gotta say that at least once.
Yep.
Don't forget to hit that little bell. Stay notified.
Yeah, you can stay notified for the once a month YouTube upload. It'll happen. You won't know when. Lamau. But also I think this is a good time to... I'm not in that YouTuber mindset of I know how to plug my shit yet. So maybe it'll happen at one point. But if there's nothing y'all wanna bring up before we call it here, anything y'all wanna discuss real quick or not?
Yep. Bach may not know how to plug his socials, but I sure as hell do. So everybody's stuff will be down in the description below.
Yep. As
There you go.
always.
That's how you do it. That's literally how you do it. Done.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, but I just wanted to make sure I got every topic out of the way, because I don't want to plug shit right now and then we discuss for another 20 minutes. Husky, Insanity Shuffle, anything you want to bring up before we call it?
Not that I can think of right now, no.
Okay.
Don't do chicken nuggets, kids.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up. You're gonna have
Do a lot of
Yeah, you're gonna
It's gonna feel weird, man.
Mhm.
You're gonna be very confused.
You're gonna wake up confused, sweating and hard, and you want to know why any of those happened.
I was 2 of those 3 things when I woke up.
Which one?
Confused and sweating.
Oh.
Like I was actually hunting, bro. Like I was swinging. When I woke up, I was just like, "Oh, I'm sweaty, fuck!" And I just went for a shower immediately.
I woke up after sheathing my sword in my dream, but I
What-
realized my sword was still drawn and little.
what hitting that helm breaker does to a motherfucker? Fucking but yeah, no, chicken nuggets dangerous. This is your brain on chicken nuggets. It's just a picture of hardcore Magala. But yeah, lesson of today. Have fun with the game. Try World if you haven't. And don't do chicken nuggets before you go to bed, or else you're gonna have the hardest of dreams. Which start off confusing, but end up in a place where you will be confused. You'll be happy with it, but you won't know how you got there. But yeah. This shall be it for episode 1. Episode 0 went great. Episode 1, I would like to say, also went great. I hope everybody in here feels the same way. If not, feel free to let me know right now.
It's terrible. It's garbage. No, I'm kidding.
I can't wait for the eventual YouTube comment of I like the episode, but I hated the fact when that blue guy kept interrupting everybody. Shut up,
Who's
shut
that
up.
weird box dude? He's weird.
Yeah. I like everybody else, but that blue guy, I hate him. Bro, you're on my channel, get out. Get out. Nah. But episode 1 was surprisingly well received, which I didn't even think the YouTube algorithm would show it to anybody, because it's YouTube and I have no idea how that algorithm really works.
See,
But-
that's the thing, Bach. You're Twitch pilled. YouTube actually has a
Mhm.
decent algorithm.
Yeah. We have this is a 3-hour video, by the way. This is a 3-hour podcast. And at the time of streaming / recording this, episode 0 is at 50 views. 51 to be exact. And
Yeah,
one
that's not bad.
and one happy comment that got recommended, which shout out to that person for giving this a shot. And because let's be real, how many times have you gotten a video recommended that had like 3 views and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna give that a watch. Yeah, I'm gonna zip through 3 hours of something I have no idea if I'm even gonna like. So shout out to people that are on the YouTube as well, that see this shit and say to themselves, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. But yeah, thank you all for participating. Take away the stage in whatever order you want to go with, where people can find you for the case that somebody started with episode 1. You never know which episode gets recommended to people. Maybe they see episode 0 or somebody gets it recommended at like episode 10. So take it away, everybody. Pick whatever order again. Where people can find you. So go ahead, somebody start.
Sure.
Sandy, Husky.
Yeah. Not everybody at once, come on.
I've done a lot of talking, so
Well, you might as well finish up.
Damn. Toxic. Whoever.
alrighty. Well,
I was about to say, don't
I
make
am
me pick,
your
I swear to
favorite
God.
Shufflebot. I am your favorite Shufflebot, and currently I'm fighting for my life. But you can find me fighting for my life live on at twitch.tv. Your favorite Shufflebot. Sadly, it is all spelled out, but hey, at least you know it's me. And you can also find me on Blue Sky and just Blue Sky. I can't really say shitter. I'm still on there for memes. That's about it. I don't really post.
That's valid. Alright, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
My name's Insanity Smiles. Occasionally, I'll try to stream more often on Twitch. It just depends on the energy levels. I'm also on Blue Sky. It's fun making content, but there's not enough hours in the day.
Hmm. Red Husky, I think I should not be taking it away, so take it away.
Sure. Yeah. My name's Husky Buns. You can find me on twitch.tv. You can also find me on Blue Sky. If you like random memes and fucking ADHD incarnate, feel free to look me up.
Oh yeah. And if you found this on YouTube, first of all, thank you for your patience, thank you for watching, and thank you for your service. As stated previously, all the links, including mine, aka where you will primarily find this during live hours, unless anybody in that VC during the podcast wants to stream as well, because I'm not telling people not to stream. If you want to go for it, why not? And also always fun to have different perspectives, especially if you can have gameplay. Fucking, come on, work. Gameplay, there it is. But yeah, the links will be in the description to my channel and everybody involved in the making of episode 1. thank you everybody for being part of this yet again. Catch you all in a month. not like we're talking every day anyway, but still, you get the idea. Gotta keep the illusion. If you want to be notified, or want to know when happens, or just want to see Monster or the memes, because I haven't seen a lot of Monster and meme pages on Blue Sky yet, so I will take that torch. If you want to follow along on recent episodes of this little thing, or just want to see funny reposts, or quote unquote funny reposts, it's always hard to say funny when it comes to stuff you made. If you want to see Monster content into any variety and be notified when this happens or when it happens on YouTube, either way, feel free to look up the Pop-Up Tents Blue Sky account, which also will be linked, because apparently if you try to look it up in the search bar, it doesn't show up. So link will also be in the description below if you want to see how things go along in between episodes, because again, this is very much a monthly thing where we talk about most recent shit and go off on tangents like boobs. Yeah, I feel like that is where the episode concludes. Once again, thank you everybody for being part of this. Thank you everybody watching live on Twitch, and thank you to those who have had the nerve to sit through like 3 hours of Monster Hunter rambling once again. And I think this is where the YouTube part ends, so we're gonna do it the least awkward thing of saying goodbye, saying nothing for 10 seconds so I can cleanly cut it, and then raid out to somebody. So yeah, have a good day, morning, evening, or night, depending on when you're watching this. Have a fun time with what you're doing, enjoy the game, and happy hunting. Goodbye, everybody, on YouTube at least.
Have a good time.
Good night.